Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hogg. They do get going on Saturday, and joint practice for the Cardinals and Titans will happen tomorrow. Remember, Coach Vrabel yesterday said that the teams would only hold one joint practice instead of two. It is cut day, and we are awaiting the news to see if any more players have been released by the Tennessee Titans. They could go the same route as the Washington Commanders, that they place defensive end Chase Young on the reserve PUP list, which means he will be unavailable for the first 4 games of the season. And the Nashville Sounds are on the road in Durham. So pardon me, it's going to take everything I have not to make Bull Durham jokes for the rest of the week. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brent Doherty, 104.5 The Zone. Beautiful day in the Music City.
Always.
You know, my mother was telling me the other day, like, she's a gardening type person, so she has, like, she's a master gardener.
Oh, me too.
Wow. And so, like, she has all these boxes of garden stuff. Like, what is that? Plants? Yeah. Plants and things.
Like plant boxes?
Yeah, plant boxes. Okay. Exactly. Mm-hmm. All through her backyard. And I'm like, man, it felt really good out there today. Like, I was just like Dave Matthews said, talk about the weather. Like, like when you don't have something to talk about, you talk about the weather. And I'm like, boy, it felt really good out there today. And she was like, I haven't had rain since June 15th or whatever she said. I'm like, what? It literally pours like 10 minutes a time downtown at my house. Like, but I do remember making the joke on the air one time, like, hey, man, if you're in a deluge right now, just drive like 500 yards, you'll be out of it.
It's true.
And so, like, you know, it's funny about gardeners. Like, I didn't count on starting the show like this, but they always complain about not enough rain or too much rain. And I'm like, why don't you choose something else? Like, you can't control any of that.
Go somewhere else.
Just choose a different hobby, like play chess. Like, you can play chess with anybody.
Now,
go to the park.
If you're good at gardening, it's very impressive. Like, this is coming from someone who has killed cactus after cactus after cactus.
I know, but your weed game is impressive.
Yeah, plenty of weeds and
my weed game is
strong.
Boy, that's gonna sound good in a promo.
Mm-hmm. that better not.
That phrase doesn't work well in some parts of the city. Yeah, my weed game is strong.
Yeah.
Can I get some from my cataract? Hey, Slay's got a back problem.
I do, man. But guess what, though? I'm going to be right in about 4 more days.
4 days? What's happening in 4 days?
Oh, yeah, it's just, I'm telling you, I know my body. You got to know your body.
Okay, you might have known your body.
Babsy, you got to know your body.
Listen, I'm just saying that you might be a little bit older now than you were when you knew your body.
Why does Babs always have that doubt face going?
Oh, because she's the doctor, the internet doctor?
I live in that world where I'm like, what, you want me to go run a half marathon without training? No problem. And then I realize, oh, wait, you can't do it like you used to do.
You know what?
Like, I used to go out boozing, show up at volleyball at 5 a.m. for a workout, and your girl was first in sprints and carrying people upstairs so we didn't have to do it again.
Yeah.
And I know now that I can't do that anymore.
I think that's a different level right there. I don't think none of us can do that.
Did she just use a marathon as a point of reference?
Well,
because she's asked all 3 of us to join her in a marathon.
I was going to say when we're going to start practicing.
I've already signed you all up.
Yeah,
I wasn't even here. I wasn't even here. How did you allow this to happen?
Hey, listen, she gave me that look.
You know,
she gave me the Jada look. Yeah, she gave me the Jada look.
Talked about that look, the Jada look.
I just had to roll with it. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Babs, I still know my body. I just know what I can't put it through. I know how it recovers.
I'm going to tell you all this. I'm going to win that half marathon between the 3 of us. Is
now,
wait a
minute, Yor. Now, if you're going to put it on now, if we're going to make this a competition, I ain't losing.
This is a competition, and you ain't winning.
I'm winning.
Hey, Yor, no.
I got longer legs than you.
What?
Not you. I'm not worried about you. You got back growing. You got all kinds of things going on.
I got all kinds of things.
You're going to be on one of those Kroger scooters going by.
Hey, guess what?
Finish.
Gotta finish.
Vandy.
You're gonna have like a
In the over-under
finish strong.
category.
you're gonna have like a black and gold streamer.
I got to finish strong, man. It ain't. Yeah, see, y'all looking
already-
too far ahead in the marathon.
He's already
It's how you
eliminated
start.
you.
Yeah,
He's like, Slade, I don't even worry about him.
I got it. I can't wait. I like when my back is against the wall.
Your back needs to be against the wall.
Now I need to be in happy baby yoga pose, but I can't get in that pose because my back hurt. That's the
Do you
problem.
need me and Babs during a break to help you get
No.
the happy baby yoga?
No. Y'all will be done slip my disc out. And I'd really be
Boy.
right there.
There's a funny Sports Center highlight video where who was it that was trying to say, was it Bill Pito maybe? Trying to say slipped disc, but he said
Yeah.
something else.
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie Steiner just lost it. They cut to him for the next thing. I think maybe Charlie Steiner said it and Keith Olbermann lost it. I can't remember. We got to find that video. But whoever, they cut to the next story to the next guy, and he had his face in his hands with his glasses on the table just laughing.
He was dead.
He didn't say disc. He said,
I bet.
yeah. Anyway, she is Dawn Davenport,
Hello, Babsy.
team mom of the show.
Most definitely. And Team Doctor.
Team something.
I will say, I was thinking about this today. I don't know why, but I'm impressed with your mom skills.
Okay.
Because
Tell me more.
Because all these years I knew you, I didn't really know that you had that in you, but you do.
Yeah.
You didn't have
Oh, I
being
think
a mom in you.
I'm a hell of a mom.
Yeah. I mean, that child running around telling you no all over the place, and you're
All
just like
over the place.
You just
She
deal with it.
Just like rocks me. Seriously, moms, help.
Yes. Y'all the truth, though. You
I know.
are the
I
truth.
just you put these videos out. I was just thinking, man, I'm impressed with my girl Dawn Davenport. Harder.
I don't really know how to take that because part of it is
What does
that
it
you
mean?
actually thought I'd be a crappy mom anyway in the first place.
Well,
or
back in the
that-
day, I mean, you were the angry chihuahua running around here, and you would, be smoking on the lanai with Phil Valentine, R.I.P. We just passed the 1-year anniversary of Phil
Saw that, yeah.
passing away.
Miss Phil.
Miss him. But you turned into this
Turned it all around.
like super mom chick type person. In
And-
addition to work and ESPN and
And I still don't care about I really don't care about my reputation now. I've been here 5 years with you, clown. It's gone.
That's right. So you don't need no S on it because you ain't even been there. It's just you.
Been here, what?
Year and a
Year
half.
and a half with you, clown.
Yeah, and some change.
You're in some change.
About 15 cents.
I mean,
Good
didn't this journey turn out exactly like I told you it would, like in the beginning, like when I was like talking about roses and puppy dogs and rainbows and sunshine and
Exactly.
Listen, sound like My
I
Little
was
Pony.
real excited about getting into radio where, it didn't matter what I wore or looked like or whatever. And then what do they do? Oh,
Put a
let's
camera
put
up.
you all on video.
Speaking of, it's on
every
TV.
day.
You can watch Dawn Davenport live, Twitter, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Slay was first in the chat today,
Yes, I was.
right behind all the hoochie mamas.
Yeah, they left when I came in.
We
There you go.
That's me entering.
At 6'8",
Here
power
we
forward,
come.
Ron Slade.
Y'all better buckle up because this car ain't got no roof.
For those that haven't been in the chat, like every once in a while,
hey.
this like naked girl site just takes over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So don't click on it. It would be my advice to any and every one of y'all.
You can report them.
Can you?
Yep, you can. Hey, can I give a quick shout out real quick?
Yeah, of course you can.
I like to go to little different spots before coming in to work for lunch. So I went to a spot yesterday, Gabby. Shout out to Gabby's out south, man. Jay and Nathan, we're in there, man. They said they love the show. Keep doing what we're doing. So I said, hey, I'll give y'all a shout out.
Dude, Gabby's is legit, bro.
Then I went to another spot today, Waldo's, and a detective was in there. And he said, are you cheating on somebody? I'm like, who? What you talking about? He's like, strikeout wings. I was like, no, man, that's my place, man. That's my place for wings. You know what I mean? He said, I ain't gonna tell nobody, but I love y'all show. So I forgot to get his name though. So shout out to him.
Was it Detective Farley?
No. What? How did Farley get involved in this?
I don't know. Beverly Hills Cop.
And there was someone else in there too.
Hey,
I
I'm
forgot
like,
her
Caleb
name.
Farley? What?
Caleb-
Caleb
started with
Farley
a
is a
T.
detective now. Everybody's got Roger McCreary winning that job all of a sudden. I thought
He's a detective?
Really?
no.
Like, Like Shaq. Shaq is
He's a
police
defensive
officer.
detective.
There
He's
you
getting
go.
there.
Shaq is a police officer?
in
Yeah.
Florida.
He is.
This show is bizarre.
He's
How
sheriff.
could he fit in
He
a cop
is.
car?
Yeah.
It's
Now he get his own. He has his truck with lights on it and everything.
Yeah.
the
Like
police
an
car got.
F-350 or something?
it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's massive.
And he'll pull you
Yeah.
over.
He'll pull you over?
Yeah. Shaq is a real policeman.
Yeah. You
Like
didn't know
badge and
this?
everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Yor. You got to be up on these things, guy.
Shaq, a policeman. I'm not up on that. So if he was in Nashville, he could pull Babs over for going, 100 miles an hour down 65 South.
I mean, if he got jurisdiction here, I don't know what states he has
I think
jurisdiction
it's
in.
just Louisiana.
No, it's Florida, too,
Is it
for
Florida?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's like 5 or 6 of them. He pulled somebody over in L.A. once, too.
All right. Well, you live and learn, man. How have I not heard that?
I don't know.
I hear lots of weird things.
Yeah, that's why.
And I remember lots of weird
You
things,
most definitely, and names.
including this audio from SportsCenter. You've got the bulging disc audio? I mean,
And
can
now the agent for Hurst has come out and said he will file a grievance against the Patriots that
Steve
according
Levy.
to NFL rules, the club should not have been able to release his client
Levy.
because he was injured. The agent claims that at the request of the team, Hurst has been playing with a bulging disc in his neck. Not laughing at the injured.
Thank goodness there's no video of that.
It's Keith Olbermann. So
There's
Steve
no
Levy
video
did
of
it.
that. Yeah.
I like the part where he goes, "Thank God there's no video of that."
So when we watch the Little League Baseball Nolensville team tomorrow play in the Final Four of the U.S., Steve Levy, that same guy, will be calling that game.
That's real. Hey, Levy. You're like this.
I do. Why did I even think about that today? Shaq is a policeman. We're all over the place. Gator Mike
we are.
wants to talk about marathons real quick. Gator Mike, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Real quickly, Don will give a shout out. Smile.amazon.com. Select your charity to go with your Amazon account.
Good Lord, Mike.
He works for Amazon.
Okay.
It's called
Hey,
Smile
and
Amazon.com.
I'm doing a public service, Brent. It's free money. Why would people not want to give free money, Brent?
All right. Well, that means you're running the half marathon with us, is what I take that as.
Oh,
Well, no, I was going to say, since you weren't there, I told Huck, this means you get a bye and you get to watch a marathon of all of Don's great sideline reports from college football. That's what yours is. Or Ron Slay basketball highlight marathon.
ooh, there you
You
go.
can't lose with either one of those.
Yeah. I mean, that's winning.
Hey, real
both
quick,
Sound
sides.
like a winner, yeah.
Real quickly, Brent, I think I tagged the whole show. I didn't tag you independently, I think. Dawn, did you all see the picture, the Florida football team picture today?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
There's more support staff than football players.
Really?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'll send it
Well,
over.
that's because Billy Napier is like, oh yeah, Saban's gonna go around and get 50 more staff members than everyone else. I'm all in.
Right. And they gave him the resources to do that. So.
Exactly. It's good for him. It's good for that program.
See you, Gator Mike. And I'll
Gator
steal
Mike.
this
Thanks
from
for the
Slay. Go
almond joy.
Utah. See you.
Yeah.
Go Utah.
Yeah, thanks.
Running Utes.
Y'all.
I mean, you were going to say that, right?
Do
Yeah, you better know
not
it every
want-
time.
Does Tennessee fan not want Florida to beat Utah?
No.
Only in bowl
Utah's
games.
Utah's
No,
a dark
only in bowl
horse here
games.
for.
They're ranked 7th in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I know
how much
but
of a
what
dark
I'm
horse
saying,
that is.
Like, quarterback's a dark horse for Heisman.
Yeah.
They're a dark horse college football national championship team.
Only in bowl games will I cheer for another SEC team. Everybody
Okay.
else can lose. Every
Tennessee
single
fan
game.
wants Florida to lose every single
Yeah, I
game.
don't- yeah, I
Florida
don't
fan
know.
wants Tennessee to lose every single game.
But
That's
see,
where we are.
If I'm
It's
Tennessee
changed
and
now.
I feel good about my Florida team, I want them to beat Utah,
Yeah. Well,
and then
it used to be that
their
way in the
resume
SEC.
is much better when I beat them.
That ain't really how we operate, going through the dumpster that we went through anymore.
Okay, it's different.
Now we need
operation.
everyone to
Different
be in the dumpster.
guidelines.
Yeah, be in the dumpster, and then we can figure it out.
That's what dumpster fires do to you.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know yet, but we might be headed in that direction.
Now,
I'll let you know.
It has been one delivered to you guys. I don't know if y'all in it.
We'll see if it's going to be picked up or utilized.
It used to be that way, though. SEC guy would cheer for SEC teams over everybody because it was like a bunch of brothers. Like, we can pick on our brothers, but nobody else can, kind of deal. Dylan, that mug ever pulls me over, Shaq, and asks me to get out of the car. I'm asking him if he can hit a free throw.
Oh, you going straight to jail? Don't pass go.
Yep.
Brett
You
Batchelor
go.
said, who
Yeah.
works here, I want Florida to lose every single game they play in every single sport.
See, yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you.
Check.
Stokely, I want Florida to go 0-12.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's personal with them, though, because they've beaten Tennessee 16 out of 17
Oh, my goodness.
years.
What?
We'll be right back. 3HL. Oh, question. 3HL question. What position concerns you most from a depth standpoint with the Titans? Who do you think will step up to alleviate your concern, or will this issue hold the team back? That's a question. 615-737-1045. Plus, what do you want Florida's record to be? We'll be right back. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. If you want to run a marathon, why run? Just drive. You can drive 26.2 in a new car, and you can get it in a brand new car at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Truck, SUV, Jeep. It's going to be a crazy show. Let me just tell you. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just go over there and see my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They're going to treat you right. No pressure at all, because they want you in the vehicle that's right for you. That's it. So that's what they're going to help you get done, and it'll be a collaborative effort. You can take your test drive, ask your questions, you go inside, they will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there, and all the inventory is there as well. So you can, as you pretend to work, you can go to GuptonMotors.com and look everything over and get it done. And when you go get that next new vehicle, make sure you tweet me a picture at Brent Doherty of you and your happy ride. You can get it done. 3450 Tom Austin Highway, Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Loan Pronto rescuing a lot of home buyers and homeowners now with some great mortgage rates. We know that mortgage rates were creeping up into the sixes, 5s and 6. Well, right now, Loan Pronto has 30-year fixed APRs in the 4s, 15-year APRs that start with a 3. How about that? There is money in your home right now with obviously ridiculously high home values, and Loan Pronto can get it out for you fast. And also, maybe you just refinanced or you just bought a home with a 5 or a 6% rate a few months ago. You can now refinance with Loan Pronto. Shave hundreds off of your payment. Loan Pronto will get you the lowest rate no matter what your goal is. And they're known for being the low rate leader. Here's what I loved about Loan Pronto. When I refinanced, all digital, super fast process with virtually zero paperwork and no hassle. Roger Moore, the owner, said, you know what? There has to be an easier, quicker process so that people aren't buried in the paperwork. And so what do? He started Loan Pronto. Refinance now. Do it now. Skip your next 2 house payments. 615-499-5780. I can attest to how easy the process is because I did it. LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
3HL 1045 The Zone. We watch various things while we're on the air. Someone during the break said, can we not watch old preseason games for once?
Yeah, I'm done with it.
But I didn't even notice what we were watching. But Hunk evidently asked Don, what did you want us to watch? I didn't hear it.
It's the Little League World Series, and it is the mullet that the pitcher has. Is amazing.
It's not a play. It's all about the mullet.
It's all about the mullet, and it may just be his hair is tied back, and it may just be luscious locks, but it is amazing.
Here's what I found, and Slay nixed all of these ideas.
Yes.
1992 Chicago Blackhawks game.
And SD.
It was like minimized on the screen.
Yeah.
And then I found like some Spanish event. I didn't know what it was, so I clicked on it. It's cycling.
Nope.
Bunch of skinny dudes running around in spandex.
Yeah,
with like minivans parked in the grass off the street.
And then that gives me PTSD. Like when I was overseas before cable really hit, I used to have to watch that stupid stuff because that's all it was on. That, CNN, and the local news and MTV.
You're about to get all those Tour de Williamson County guys on the weekend after you.
Well,
they're everywhere.
No, I now their sport is different, but that don't mean I want to sit and watch it.
What? I have a hard time just driving by those dudes because I don't want to hit them, and they're always on the most narrow roads known to man. I'm like,
in a straight line.
Seriously, like, can't y'all go? Can they not ride on like I-65 or something?
Yeah, I don't think that.
It's not dangerous. No, you got it, guys. You're good.
Might not be a good look.
Can we like create like an interstate for just cyclists that goes around the city and just call it 1640 or something? I don't know.
It's a bike path, man. Like they have bike paths.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They got them out
I
here.
don't think they're named, but they have them.
Worried about those guys in spandex on the weekend. I hadn't had my coffee yet. About to roll through them. So now I'm stopped on, what am I stopped on? Old U.S. Open.
Something else weird.
Yeah, tennis. Wimbledon 2014.
Wimbledon 2014.
Where am I going?
I did watch, I watched a little bit of, what did I watch? A little bit of the Browns preseason game this morning.
So Dobbs.
Yep. Watched the Falcons last night. You watched the
Hey,
Falcons?
let me tell you
watch
something.
a little of the Falcons, actually.
I meant to say, I got to start taking notes. I do a lot of mental notes and wait for y'all to hit me with them, and then they pop back.
We forget.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, man.
Marcus
looked good.
No kidding.
Marcus
That's
looked
what
good.
I thought.
But let me tell you this, too, though.
And you know what my response was real quick? Because
What?
Mr. Babs was like, I don't know, Marcus looks kind of good. I'm like, don't let it fool you. Don't let that fool you.
There you go.
He's going to suck you in.
Yeah, you always start off hot.
Mm-hmm.
He's the good-looking girl at the bar, and then, you find out she's boring as crap.
So let me tell you who was exciting as crap.
Who?
You tried not to laugh on the mic, Davenport.
I know, but everybody can see me laugh.
Because everybody here loves Marcus, and I do too, but man.
Desmond Ritter.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Mariota's.
Okay, but you have to remember that Ritter was playing against third string.
Without question.
Yeah.
But he
I
looked
was
like,
impressed.
hey, man, why y'all letting me play against these third stringers? Like, this is too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man,
All right, white man.
That man it is. Dude, like, he got I didn't know he had a cannon like that.
Some of the throws that he made.
See, you was watching what I was watching.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
On a line.
Quit laughing, yo.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
No, it was, man, timing routes and it, like.
Yeah.
Hey, man, and he got some wheels. He's athletic.
Oh, yeah. He used to run around all the time at Louisville.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You know Arthur Smith's going to put them in a position to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Mariota to Ferkser for one of their touchdowns? I think?
Yeah.
I was like, oh gosh.
Man, hey.
Don't let Ferkser fool you either.
Yeah, because that's
Trust me.
all kind of fools go. Mm-hmm. Find that in Golden Valley.
But yeah,
Golden Valley, is that a
same
real
thing.
place?
Like,
Yeah, it is.
see, same thing. I was like, man.
Yeah.
How about
Marcus.
at the Golden Nugget? You ever go there?
No.
You going there
I
this
heard of it,
weekend?
though.
We are trying to talk ball. What are you doing?
He said Golden Valley. I don't know what that
No,
is.
you know, Golden Valley is a spot out east. For real. The bowling alley.
Oh.
Little arcade and everything. Golden Valley, man. Jorl is everywhere.
I am.
All over the show.
Just watch out. Stokely, Lonzo says he's a Mississippi State fan. He goes, he wants Florida to have a better record than Tennessee.
Well, Lonzo, we don't even acknowledge you, brother.
Mississippi State fan. I will be there week 1.
Hey, who they got?
Memphis.
Y'all
great
better
match.
y'all better have a head on the swivel.
I
Yeah.
worked that game last year.
Yeah.
Remember what happened? Remember Calvin Austin? I came back and I told y'all this kid's legit.
Man.
And there was some questionable
Too
calls
legit.
in that game. And first half, Mississippi State dominated. And what did you say?
Nothing.
Too legit. Like, it's just ad-libbing throughout the show.
Too legit to quit.
Like,
Well, I mean,
Anyway, so
I didn't go that far.
all that to say, Mississippi State fan, that's
They
gonna be a
better
big
have
one.
their
Is
head
it
on the swivel.
Starkville night game. I mean, I'm gonna have to bring my freaking noise canceling something.
Listen, Babsy.
This place is gonna be.
I was
bumping.
already, riled up last year.
For
But
Memphis?
for football, period.
Oh yeah.
Especially SEC. But this year is going to be even different because
Rhett
like
Bryan
we're not
just-
in the cellars. Hey, man,
He
dude
just
working on something.
WD-40'd the door while you were talking about
What
Mississippi
did
State.
They needed it. You
It's,
could
it's
hear it.
ready, Slay, by the way.
Hey, man, I don't know if they're ready
yeah,
for this,
Cincinnati.
huh? I don't know if they're really ready for that. Listen, man, Gordion, you're not Gordion. Listen,
He's talking about Rhett Bryan, for those that don't know. Slave's nickname of Gordy on.
Executive producer of Titans.
yeah, he's a mad scientist too. So he has two or three different egos. No, what is it? Alter egos.
Mm-hmm.
He got like 3 of them.
Personalities.
Personalities. That's what I was
It's a
looking
disorder.
for.
Yeah.
Thank you, Babsy, for just riding with me though.
She don't ride with me.
She
rides with you.
because your car go everywhere. At least mine ain't got a roof and you can have the wind blow through your house.
I
It's
can't
cool.
keep up with your
You know
dance
what I'm
car.
saying? Yeah, huh? So
I'm in one of those little bitty cars that
I
don't
am
have
watching you.
don't have the back seat.
no,
And you're like, how do you just drive around here in that thing?
you know what you in?
Flintstone
You in one of the little cars that they drive in the parades. The guys with the little hats. What's the name of them? With the tassel on them.
the Shriners?
Yeah, you know them little bitty cars. That's what you riding in.
Guys in the parade
They do be in the parades, don't they?
with the tassels
Are
on.
you gonna tell your story?
Yes, if he would stop. All right, Babsy.
Mayor,
Thank you.
I'm about to cut. Hey, cut the mayor's mic off.
I've had too many Celsius drinks today, I think.
Cut it off.
Hey,
I
need
don't
a-
know what he's drinking.
I need a
don't know
downer.
What's going on?
Give me a beer or something.
Cut
hey,
him
man, Gordion is a mad scientist. That's one of his personalities. He sent me a message, said, come up. We got some stuff to work on. I went up, and, man, he just started spitting stuff at me to say. We put it all together.
Is it a new intro?
Hey, man, I don't know if they're really ready, Babs. That's all I'm saying. No, you got both of them on?
I got both of them ready, man.
You have 2 new intros?
This ain't really an intro for me.
It's not for Slay.
Mm-mm.
It's for everybody.
Yeah, this for
Okay.
It's for
everybody.
everybody.
Okay.
Do we want to get to him now?
How about when we come back, and that will be what we come back to.
How about that?
I think that's
You
pretty
got to
cool.
give people what they want. You gotta
But
give,
guess what,
You
though?
got to give them what they
so
need.
if y'all not listening, you need to call a friend to call a friend to call a friend so they can listen because we ain't playing it until the season start. You only get this preview.
Like you get
Just
it
one
now.
little
You get it
Until
now, and
the
then you
season
got to wait
starts.
till the season start because this hey, Gordy on, boy.
You're such a tease.
I would clothesline him. If he was walking down the hallway, I'd run as fast as I can after he created this and clothesline him. Stat man.
Zach says to hell with Florida. By the way, you saw the picture of the team picture.
Now, this is ridiculous.
You said they have a coach for every player.
So just because you get a new facility, let me let you guys in on a little something. Just because you get a new facility doesn't mean you just start upgrading everything. They brought coaches for each player. Everybody at Florida's football, the football players have a coach, a designated coach that that's the only thing I can come up with because it's as many football players as it is coaches. It's as many blue polos in this picture as it is guys with jerseys on. And I've never seen that in my entire life.
Did you not have a personal coach when you were at Tennessee?
No. And we had new facilities. So that's why
And there are fewer dudes.
That's why it don't make sense. Why would you need all these people in polos?
You can't stop looking at that picture.
No, this is have you looked at it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna count during the break how many people it is. Now, matter of fact,
It's not that ridiculous.
Babs, are you looking at not the second one, the first one? I mean, not the first one, the second one. This is a real football team picture. The first one. It's all the players, a couple of guys with polos on, probably about 15 to 25. Then you go to this one. Yeah, now you're seeing it.
Yeah,
It takes
but
up the
this
whole
is what
section
you
to
guys are
the
missing.
tunnels.
This is athletic trainers.
No,
this
Babs,
is,
you been
This is
fooled.
everybody.
Don't be fooled by it, Babs. You
This
you
is
falling for the Mariota.
everybody.
Don't fall for the Mariota. You
Watch.
falling for the Ferguson.
Nobody's falling for the. I fell for Ferguson last
Okay,
year.
see?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
This time last year.
You was all in.
No, Ferguson going. Man,
You
he's
knew,
gonna be
you
one of
knew
these
this was going
players.
to do going down the
Oh.
seam, didn't you?
Oh, down the seam. Yep.
He couldn't even find the seam.
No, he doesn't know what it is. Zone TV, Twitter, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. Walter says, Ron said Golden Valley out east. It was Oak Valley, dog.
Now, it's a Golden Valley, too, though, y'all. I'm going to call the mayor from out there.
Okay, these like
Calling the
Florida
Brent from out there.
haters on our Twitter feed
I
are
mean, everybody.
amazing.
I want the Florida hate today.
Okay.
Today is Florida hate day. Tomorrow could be Tennessee hate day. I don't know.
Listen, I want all y'all to save your energy for September the 24th. Is that the date? Yeah, because we play Akron the 17th.
Because you were going at Rashad Weaver
Yep.
about Pittsburgh
the
on
10th,
September
the 10th
10th.
is Pittsburgh. September 1st is Ball State. September 10th is Pittsburgh.
I hope
September
Florida
17th is
wins
Akron.
one game,
24th is
the
Florida.
Georgia game.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
That's you or somebody else.
bottle your hate up,
Somebody-
though, guys.
somebody
Please
else,
bottle
probably.
your hate up and save it.
Save
Put
your
it in
hate
storage. Yeah.
and just let it loose.
Man, come the week of the 24th, bring it all. We looking for it. I would love it. I just think I think somebody on Facebook chat just made $100 bet with me.
Oh, cousin Justin.
Broderick.
I don't care if my
Oh,
Gators
I
go
saw
1-12 as long as that one win is against the Vols.
I told you, Babs, it means something different. I told you. See, you over there in the Western
Question,
Division.
how do you get a Vols graduate off your front porch?
Oh, here we go.
Answer, pay for the pizza. Hashtag go Gators.
Hey, listen, man. I love delivering pizza. I would do that job right now.
Oh, man.
I loved it. I did it
You'll
twice
leave
during
us-
college. It
You'll
was
leave
so
us.
great.
You'll leave us to go deliver pizzas.
No. In addition to this.
Oh, you can do both of them.
Yeah, if I had time.
He's going to work for Uber Eats.
Yeah, once my kids leave the house. Got one of them out.
I was going to say, you
on your
basically
way.
are an Uber right now. You just take
On
kids
your way.
everywhere to
No,
practices.
my wife does.
Both of y'all.
Yeah, I don't know how she does
Busy.
it.
Hells.
I just pick people up on the way home. That's what I do. 615-737-1045. Babs had a question yesterday talking about depth with the Titans.
Yeah.
What position concerns you most from a depth standpoint? Depth standpoint.
With me, Babs, you want to answer this since it's your
No,
question?
go.
Are you cold?
Yeah.
Mine is, I don't know why, but mine is offensive line. Listen, I'm not as
We're still on the air. He's
I
just
forgot
thinking.
I forgot the word.
You're not as concerned?
Concerned?
I'm not as concerned about the right tackle spot as much anymore because I
you
like
went
Petit
back and
Frere.
watched
Yeah.
Petit Frere.
Yep, I went back and watched the game last night. I think he did his growth. We talk about Malik Willis's growth from week 1 to week 2 of the preseason. It's the same for him, and I even saw it from
he's a draft pick, like hasn't played in the league.
Yes.
So the potential for growth is massive.
There you go. And when you see him to start to pick it up, I'm even speaking
like
from the joint
He
practices.
pancakes people every once in a while, too.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just moving dudes. He's like,
And
laying on
it's
him.
like he's retaining the information and able to put it out there and transfer it on the field of play.
is he perfect? Ideally,
No,
would you want
no.
him to start on the playoff contending team? No.
At the end of the day,
And-
do you really have a legit starting right tackle right now? Probably not.
Throw him in
But-
there. Throw him in there.
If someone were to get sick, that's where my concern would grow with. If it was Ben Jones,
Because you won't talk
move
about
Brewer.
injuries.
Yeah, that
if
ain't a part
somebody
of it.
eats a bad pizza like Michael Jordan.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, you'll be able to play, but you ain't gonna be able to play 100%.
Yeah.
Ben Jones had to step out for a second, only play 50 snaps.
Well, and remember, he was beat up big time last year.
Exactly. But now you got something for him. You can
can
put
spot
Brewer
through.
right there, but who do you put at left guard? So that's
Dylan Radins?
I mean,
And
that's
that's cool.
probably what would happen.
Yeah.
that's cool, but that's my
That's your concern.
That's my concern at where we have depth at.
That is fair.
Okay, so that's what I'm rolling with.
Totally fair.
I'm not as concerned, honestly, about the receiver room anymore. I think that's where everything was focused when we were coming out of OTAs. But now we saw how you still it's a concern for you.
Well, I'm not concerned.
Is that your biggest concern? Or that's what I'm saying.
I'm not
That's
concerned.
what you got to give us that first, Babsy.
But I'm not concerned with the depth there. I'm just concerned with the level
Of production.
of talent that leads to that. Like, you might be deep, but you're not proven deep.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, you can have depth, but do you have quality depth? That's Mine
Okay.
is the back end of the defense.
All right. So when speaking of the receivers,
Traylon Burks, who has one catch in the preseason.
I'm gonna leave him and Kyle Phillips out of it.
Okay.
I think when you talk about someone being reliable, he's not a 1 or a 2. Can sub as a 2 at times, but he's a 3, NWI. He's a guy that's always around the ball, somehow.
I think he's a 2 right now.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay to me.
Yeah.
I trust
If we go
him.
into the season with him as the 1, I'm fearful.
I think it's Bobby Trees, NWI, Kyle Phillips, and then Traylon Burks.
Now wait a minute, y'all.
I think that's where we are. And
I don't like being there then.
I say Kyle Phillips because slot,
Yep.
right?
Yep, without question.
But I think Burks is going to have, it's going to take time for him to work in, I think, based on what we've seen.
I don't know.
Unless they're telling Malik and Don's guy not to throw it to him because, we don't want people to see him catch anything.
I just think they can't.
We're just going to spring it.
Don's
throw it to
guy.
Yeah. What's his name?
Logan.
This is why I get
Mr.
attacked
Bass.
on
That's why you
Twitter
get
and why
yeah.
I've been called racist because everybody thinks I'm like, Logan Woodside is the guy.
We
Someone
actually just
argue
had-
you did it to yourself. What?
We also just had somebody call in asking if we did internships just in case in 2 weeks, just in case somebody needed an internship,
Like Logan?
like Logan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
Logan's going to be a practice squad quarterback, and that'll be great. I'm glad. I like him.
Don't be blinded by
I like him being on the sideline in the locker room. You ain't going to win games with him.
Hey, Quinn Campbell on Twitter
guy.
said,
Yeah.
I was at the 49ers game. Dylan made Bosa switch sides. He's not that bad.
Right. Yeah. That's what we were trying to say because eyeball test, he looked like he held up.
Yes.
But the PFF grade was bad.
Right. And
Right.
Listen, I'm
But
going with
Bosa
that
did
test.
switch sides. That is
Yes, he
definitely
did.
true.
We didn't think he looked bad
At
at
all.
all. I
At
was
all.
surprised
I'm
by the
standing
PFF
on that.
Yep.
grade there.
I'm with you.
I like the eyeball
But
test.
I think you got to have
this
one more guy though.
preseason game, though, this last preseason game, the
No.
eye test was not pretty.
At all.
He had more whiffs than blocks.
Yeah.
That's a bad stat for an offensive lineman.
We got to
That's
address
not
that Traylon part, and then we want to hear what Babs' main concern is too, and yours
Yep.
too, yours.
Yep. What position concerns you most from a depth standpoint? 615-737-1045. This is 3HO.
Still, I count wings. That's Babsy takes a bite of a sandwich. Hey, listen, 3961 Nolensville Pike, man. If you missed it last night over at Plaza Mariachi, Strikeout Wings, it was going down because it was Monday, smoked out Mondays, 6 to 10. Appreciate everybody coming through, showing love, vibing with your boy, man, smoking a cigar, having some good drinks, and, of course, the wings, the home of sweet and sassy. Everybody came in there. They said, man, what's this Ron Slay about? And I just looked at the waiter and said, they want to know what the Ron Slay about. They showed them what the Ron Slay was about. They went out with a smile bigger than the strikeout wing bird's smile of a beak or whatever it is. Anyway, sweet and sassy with the lemon pepper drizzle with the Cajun ranch fries with the cheese on top. That's what you can get. 123 Ewing Drive is the other location. 69-cent wings is today, Tuesday. And college students, man, y'all looking for a job, y'all need to go over there to Strikeout Wings. They are hiring. They are paying good. Get in there and get you some money, man. And remember, it's still Strikeout Wings. I admire Ural. How about that?
I admire Apple Collision Center.
Well,
See
hey,
how she did that?
yeah, I just took the light right off of you. It's not about admiring
Hate,
you.
not love.
But guess what? Your truck or car can be admired also if you are trying to go and get those dents knocked out. That's the main thing, Babsy. Because I still got dents. You got dents. It is what it is, but we have a way to get that
Everybody
fixed.
has dents.
Everybody got dents.
Yes, and Apple Collision Centers can fix them for you. And here's the deal. They'll work with your insurance. They'll arrange a rental for you. They'll even do towing, and they will restore your car back to its original.
OEM?
Original equipment
Yeah.
manufacturer is what they are.
There you go,
So
Babs. That's
the
easy.
original state.
There you go.
Beautiful original state of your car.
That means no parts being subbed in. And also, they will spray it with the best Sherwin-Williams finishes when you get it painted. So they'll do free estimates also from hail damage, auto accidents, dents, and more. We told you that. Babsy, Hendersonville, Old Hickory, and Gallatin. Got anything else?
Yeah, AppleCollisionCenters.com.
Excuse me, sir. You can't park there. The car has no roof. Oh, hell no. We already know. The car ain't got no roof. Ooh, Coach Mike Vrabel, he got these boys hype. We talking big shelf.
Under pressure, hit, sack! Jeffrey Simmons!
Talking to King Derrick Henry.
Give Henry, he walks in. Touchdown, Titans! No review needed.
Oh, the mayor. Kevin Byard.
The Titans have picked it up with Byard to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Kevin Byard to the house.
And Bud Dupree.
Big chase, big sack! Bud Dupree!
And this 2022 Titan squad. Oh, they ain't got no roof. Y'all better get ready. Oh, it's time. It's time for some Titans football.
Oh,
Yeah, Gordion. Bring it, Gordion.
Got no room.
Bring it, Gordion.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
How is Rhett Bryan still employed here is my question.
Hey, man.
How is he
Hey,
not
dude.
gotten scooped up?
Hey, man.
Rhett B. Executive
Hey, man.
producer Titans Radio,
That's the
man.
mad
This dude.
scientist, dude.
Rhett B. Tennessee on Twitter.
The mad scientist, man. Guess what?
I have an intro now?
Soon.
Nah.
We're working on it. We're working on it. But what you got to know is it's one more.
One more.
They get one more. They get one more.
Are we going to do the one more now?
Oh,
I was saving that for later. I was saving it for next time.
I'm saving it for
you
next
wanted
time.
to do
How
it
about
now? No, I
save
like
it
that
for
intro.
420 when Allan Bell is in here?
Yes.
In
There it
studio.
is.
And
He'll
listen,
love it.
we have real games that are going to happen this weekend with real live point spreads that we can talk to Allan Bell about.
Woo! It's time to bet, baby. It's time to get this money.
Vanderbilt, a 6.5-point favorite against Hawaii.
Yeah. Spank them up.
Do you want me to read to you what Barrett Sallee had to say about that specific game
What's that?
in his little update? The unmarried father sent this and said Slay would like this. Barrett Sallee, he's going to go Hawaii plus 6.5. But you're not worried about that necessarily. You're worried about the win.
Correct.
You're worried about the dub.
Correct.
Get to know the name Mike Wright. Because the Vanderbilt quarterback is going to be one of the most pleasant surprises of the 2022 season.
Okay.
Come on, Mike.
The problem is, at Vanderbilt, he won't get much help.
Damn.
Timmy Chang has taken over the Rainbow Warriors and will announce his presence with a bang with a stellar offensive performance that will harken back to the days that he played quarterback for Hawaii. He's the second all-time leading passer in college football history. 17,000 yards.
And he ain't putting on no shoulder pads or helmets.
That will force Wright into a shootout, one that Wright and company will be able to narrowly win thanks to the dual threat ability of the Commodore quarterback.
Let's go, Mike. Take us to victory, baby. And then,
He better have that dual threat because that offensive line
Oh,
is going to
yeah.
be awful.
oh yeah, Babs. Yeah, that's all a smoke screen.
But they all got signed by Hooters.
Yes, they did.
Every one of them.
So they'll be beefed up. They may be beefed up by the time. When did they come out? About a couple
Isn't
days
it
ago?
every single SEC school?
No,
no.
I didn't see Tennessee on there.
There are 51 players that have been signed by Hooters, 51 offensive linemen. 3 from the University of Miami, 4 from South Florida,
Oh.
How'd they get in
5
there?
from Auburn,
War Eagle.
like 7 from Georgia Tech, 3 from Texas A&M, a bunch from Oklahoma, Missouri, Vanderbilt,
Everybody.
5, Bradley Ashmore, Jake Ketchuk, Gage Pitchford, Junior Uzebu, Julian Henderson, Gunnar Hansen, all have signed with Hooters.
Where's the
Congratulations.
home? Yes,
Wings for
salute.
everybody in tight shirts and short
Ashmore's
shorts.
legit.
Where's the home for Hooters though? Like, what's their hub? What's
Where
their
are they
central
based?
location? Yeah.
Florida, right?
I think so.
Okay, so that's how Miami and South Florida got it. Okay,
Okay, but what about the others then?
that's SEC. That makes sense. We love wings in the SEC. You would want people working with you in the SEC.
Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah.
Boom.
Clearwater.
The corporate headquarters is in Atlanta, though.
Yep.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
So, baby, Georgia Tech. That's why they got 7. They got the most.
Georgia Tech offensive line.
Ain't need about it.
'Cause I think they play 7 offense. No, they switch.
Did they?
Yeah, they don't, run it down your
Roll
throat
it,
every
yeah.
day. 615-737-1045. Depth concerns. What position concerns you the most depth-wise for the Titans? Philip in Hendersonville. Philip, what's up?
Hey, guys. First off, love this show. Thank y'all for making my workday so much better.
Hey, real
Y'all were
quick,
talking
Philip.
about
Hey, hang on. What do you do?
I actually work for AT&T. I'm in a car all day, every day.
There you go, man.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up.
All right, keep that grind going.
So y'all were talking about pass catchers on the Titans.
Yeah.
I just want to say I can't judge any of them for three main reasons. Number one, Tannehill's not on the field.
Thank you. That's what I was going with, Philip.
Number two, the offensive line's a patchwork quilt.
Yep.
Number three, you don't even have all your weapons out there, right? Like, there's no Robert Woods. There's no Austin Hooper. And even if you have them, they're not all at the same time.
Yep.
But look, the reason I said Tannehill last game in the preseason, total yards passing for the Tennessee Titans was 117. That's not a lot of yards to go around to Traylon Burks and Phillips and all these people. So I'm not ready to judge it yet because I need to see a real pocket passer throwing to them with all the weapons on the field and all the starting offensive linemen playing at the same time. Then I'll judge it.
Yeah, that's like chicken and the egg thing. Like, you have to have the offensive line play well to give Tannehill a clean pocket. If Tannehill has a clean pocket, he can distribute the football.
Yeah.
He didn't have the tight end weapon last year that I think he's going to have with Austin Hooper, and I think Chig will develop too. He didn't have a slot receiver that he could count on like I think he's going to have with Kyle Phillips.
Titans haven't had a slot receiver in
a while.
years.
Yeah, so, I think all of those things work off each other, which leads you down the path of the receiver.
And that's what I was thinking with Traylon Burks. I'm glad he hit on that. This is when we were watching him in 7-on-7 and one-on-ones. Anytime he was defended one-on-one and Tannehill was the quarterback, he was getting the ball. And he was getting separation. That's why he started that streak, like 2-week stretch where we were like, oh, man, Traylon he looking real good. Like, can't nobody defend him one-on-one. They just got to, don't forget, they got to work on him doing the push-off.
Right.
Nobody said anything about him catching or getting the balls thrown to him or making big-time plays or putting it in the radius outside of the time when, who was it that threw it to him in the end zone? And you said he didn't go.
Malik Willis, and
he didn't go up for it. But you put that on Tannehill. Maybe Tannehill puts it on. It was Logan.
Woodside, yeah.
It was Logan. So that's why
It wasn't a great ball, but Burks should have been.
Could have made a better attempt on it.
Receiver, you should have hauled
but
that in.
let me defend Logan Woodside from you. He threw it up to let the receiver make a play.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the goal there.
I ain't no knock on that. I just think it's different when you got all of them out
make
there.
a play.
Yeah, and he will. I mean,
I think he's gonna be.
But he didn't.
I think that's on down. I think you can take that on down to like 3 or 4 for me, the wide receiver room.
Take it on down to Funky Town.
Well, Mr. Monday Night agrees with me.
Keith Bullock?
Yep.
What'd he say?
I'm with Don.
About what? Where?
# wide receivers.
Oh.
When did he say that?
No, on Twitter. You're tagged.
Oh, hold on, Bully.
Yeah, isn't he making coffee or something right now?
Bully, this is what I'm telling you,
Or
Bully.
doing dishes, because he does all of that.
He does everything. But here's the thing, like, Bully can put, like, the ornamental figure in the coffee. Like, that blows my mind.
Really?
No,
He
Bully
knows how to
cold with
do
that.
all that?
No, he knows how to do it all.
Yeah, he cold.
Bully, what are you doing? Come on in
Listen,
and sit with us for an hour.
Bully's attitude is what everyone should be. Like, I'm not going to ask you to do something that I don't do myself.
I would like to know where Bully ranks these worries.
The worry ranker?
Yeah, the worry of depth ranker for him.
I don't know.
I want this wide receiver at the top. Is that at the top of your list, or you still ain't said the top of your list, Babsy?
It's up there. Back into the defense.
That's the first number
Who's
one.
behind Kevin Byard?
Is that number one?
Yes.
Let's discuss it.
Safety depth is a concern. All right, Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com.
Oh, we got
next on
Wyatt.
104.5 The Zone. Man, there's a great restaurant in Franklin that you need to know about. I've been there multiple times in the last few weeks. Gina's Pizzeria. Gina's Pizzeria on Columbia Avenue in the Target Shopping Center is so good. And Gina's is under new ownership, and I'm glad. My buddy Steve Bledsoe is an awesome guy, and Gina's is awesome. And I'm glad that he is running Gina's. Gina's Pizzeria, known for their New York-style pizza. And, man, I'm telling you, it's so good. Whether you get cheese, like my kids, or pepperoni and sausage, or pepperoni and green pepper, whatever you get, you're going to love it. My kids love it. They ask us to get Gina's Pizza often. And they've got specialty pizza as well. Joe's Lasagna Pizza is a different type of thing in a great way. You need to try that. Known as chicken pizza as well. The Italian beef is a secret menu item. The Italian beef pizza. Speaking of Italian beef, you need to try the sandwich. If you're over there for lunch, perfect opportunity to try the Italian beef sandwich. And I get it with all the peppers on it. I get it drowned as well. And it's so good. If you want, again, secret menu items, they have them. Just ask them. Gina's Pizzeria, 3046 Columbia Avenue in Franklin at the Target Shopping Center. Football season almost here. Gina's Pizzeria has all of your catering needs covered as well. So if you are thinking about that tailgate, MTSU, TSU, NFL, whatever you're doing, think about Gina's Pizzeria. It's a different idea, and they're going to hook you up with everything to keep your guests satisfied. Have them put together a custom catering order with their pastas, pizza, one-of-a-kind wings. Their wings are so good. You need to try them. Gina's Pizzeria. Check them out online, Gina'sStonefiredItalian.com. That's Gina'sStonefiredItalian.com. Be sure to watch Zone TV. You can watch the show there if you're not riding around. Maybe you got home. Twitter, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. You can watch there. A lot of y'all in the YouTube feed. And we appreciate that. Bristol Motor Speedway, that is one of those venues. You need to mark it down on your list of things that you need to do sports-wise. And it is absolutely amazing. Even if you're not a racing fan, I wasn't the biggest racing fan in the world. And I went to Bristol, and I was absolutely blown away by the enormity, the unbelievable atmosphere. You get goosebumps when the cars start rolling around the track. It is an awesome event and experience, and you can get it done this September, Thursday through Saturday. Thursday, you've got the NASCAR truck race. Friday, you've got the Food City 300 NASCAR Xfinity Series, 300 laps under the lights. And then Saturday, the Bass Pro Shops night race, the race of the year at the Coliseum. And the night race is phenomenal. I'm telling you, life is about memories, and you will never forget walking into Bristol Motor Speedway and experiencing this race, and you can get it done this September. This is a cutoff race for the playoffs. 4 teams will be eliminated from the playoffs at Bristol. Bristol produces more hot tempers than any track on the circuit, more helmets thrown than at a football game, more dented fenders than taxi cabs in New York. This is America's night race. Get it done. It's Bristol, baby.
Good afternoon from the sportsbook.com sports desk. I am Joe Hunk. The Titans getting ready for that joint practice tomorrow morning against the Cardinals. Remember, it's only 1 day instead of 2 because of the agreement, because the Cardinals are just a little bit injured. So are the Commanders. Chase Young, he is being put on the reserve PUP list. He is now going to miss the first 4 games of the regular season. And the Titans announced that they are also making some moves, as well as just a little while ago, they announced that kicker Caleb Schuback is no longer going to be involved at the moment because he is also being put on the PUP list. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, 3HL is on the air, 104.5 The Zone. We're glad you're with us. Brent Doherty, Dawn Davenport, there she is.
Hi.
It's amazing. She gets cold in the studio. She knows she's cold in the studio. She wears sleeveless shirts every day.
Yeah, I love it.
No, because it's 90 degrees outside. Like, can I get a happy medium in the studio?
Got to run inside, run outside, run inside, run outside.
Remember the McDLT at McDonald's? Keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold?
No.
No, I don't either. What?
No.
What's the McDLT?
The McDLT, I'm telling you, was a thing. Do you remember, Hunk?
I do remember the hot side hot and the cold side cold stuff. I do remember
They would
that
keep
part.
the burger on one side of the thing, and then they would keep like the lettuce and the tomato and that crap on the other side of the thing.
And that is so dumb.
And that was a great idea.
That is so dumb.
Somebody on YouTube said Florida is so dumb.
That is so dumb.
Huh?
I'm looking at this.
Well,
It's a thing. I'm telling you, man. Hey, listen to me. I know what I'm
They
talking
can come
about.
up with that, but they can't fix the ice cream machine, Slay.
They don't want to fix the ice cream
Man,
machine.
Babs is always working. But we won't tell you where we live.
It always works.
That's our McDonald's.
That's right.
I don't know. There was a commercial for a snow cone machine that came on the television yesterday. Slay said he wanted to own it.
I did.
He just wanted the snow cone truck.
I love those trucks.
All right, he is Ron Slay. I felt like he was a little slow there.
Nashville, Tennessee at 6'8" and powered forward, Ron Slay.
Y'all better buckle up, because this car ain't got no roof. Let's go.
Gary on Twitter's figured it out. I love how Yorl at Brent Doherty is doing his own show circling around Babsy, Mr. Entertainment, a.k.a. the Ron.
Exactly what's going on.
Jim Wyatt joins us, TennesseeTitans.com.
save the show, Jim.
Jimmy, what's up?
Not too much, you guys. I hope you guys are doing okay, but you sound like you're doing great. So I don't even need to give you any well wishes here.
Where is the biggest issue depth-wise on this football team? Positionally?
Well, I mean, I think they've had a lot of trouble at safety just because they've had trouble keeping guys healthy. V.O. Jackson came back yesterday, and but he's not all the way back. And they traded for Gillespie last week, and they've had a lot of other guys in and out. Unfortunately, secondary's had some nicks and bruises. Elijah Molden has had trouble staying healthy. You bring Lonnie Johnson Jr. in, who's helped out, and now you're starting to make roster cuts. You just don't have the numbers you used to. So I think that's where and even Josh Kalu, who they brought in here now, is dealing with a groin injury coming out of the game. So I think that's where they've got some depth issues. As far as where the question marks are, I mean, I think offensive line continues to be one here with about a week to go.
Yes,
Jimmy.
Yes.
All right, we've been talking about
that
topic today. Davenport said safety. Slay said offensive line. So you hit on both of those things.
We also are concerned wide receiver position, just because I feel like you don't know what you
Not
have.
me.
Or
Not
maybe
me.
you have depth, but just you don't know if it's quality depth.
Well, and I haven't given my
That's the thing. I definitely feel like I know what the top 5 is, and that's Robert Woods and Nick Westbrook-Akina and Traylon Burks and Kyle Phillips and Racy McMath.
Yep.
And then the question then becomes, can you afford to keep 6? And if it's 6, then who is it? I mean, is Des Fitzpatrick? I think certainly has potential, but he does continue to work his way through some things, and they need to see more consistency out of him. And they've got some other guys who have had their moments. I do agree that if something happens to one of your front liners, and I'm talking about Woods or Westbrook-Ikhine, then all of a sudden you've got a bunch of guys who are inexperienced and have not played in a lot of games, and that's why it wouldn't surprise me still if somebody else is added to the equation at some point to give you a little bit of experience there. As long as everybody stays healthy, I think you're good with a mix of veterans and young guys, but you're an injury away from having question marks there, and those are the kind of things I think that are going through some people's minds as well.
Obviously, will play into decisions when it comes to roster numbers and how many you keep at each position, and we've kind of, over the years have always talked about this and done roster meister competitions and who's going to nail the roster. I feel like it's difficult this year. I mean, at this point, coming into training camp, I thought, okay, they're going to end up keeping 3 quarterbacks. Now, with what you've kind of seen out of Logan Woodside and maybe a little bit of development from Malik Willis, is there a possibility they don't keep 3 quarterbacks because they think maybe they could slide Woodside to a practice squad? And then also you look at the punting competition in that situation now as well, because if Stonehouse is released, you got to think somebody's picking him up.
Yeah, he's kind of, cat's out of the bag on him. I mean, you let him punt a couple of times and see it on tape, and, everybody knows what kind of strong leg he is. I think I'd be surprised if he made it through if they cut him. So that's a tricky one. They have to figure out what to do there. The quarterback one is interesting because there's so many different scenarios you got to consider. There's no question who the starter is, Ryan Tannehill, but then the question is, obviously, has Malik Willis done enough to prove that he can be the 2? And I think after watching him through practices and preseason games, and I think anybody that's been out there knows that he still needs some work. Now, Logan Woodside has not looked as good as he has in preseasons past. You have to consider that his reps have been very limited in practices and games. He's been coming in with a lot of different combinations, and most of those guys are really young guys, so that's not helping him any.
Not a whole lot of protection.
Yeah, not a lot of protection. And then, obviously, I think, throwing 3 picks in 2 games, I think he's probably feeling the pressure a little bit. And then I think you got to consider is, at this point, is Logan Wood. If you don't feel like Malik Willis is ready to be the 2, then is Logan Woodside, instead of competing against Malik Willis, is he potentially competing against somebody else who's out there that could be available in a week? Whether it's Barkley, who's been here before, or whether it's somebody else who's been in a system where you could slide in and play, and do they feel like, okay, we know what we got in Logan Woodside, and maybe it's time to go in a different direction. But they obviously still like Logan. Coaches always rave about him, his work ethic, and how much he knows the playbook. But it all boils down to you got to perform, and if they don't think he's performed good enough, then maybe you have to consider some other things. There's going to be 3 quarterbacks around here in some fashion. It's just a matter of who that third is going to be.
Well, and that's why I think it's an interesting question, because obviously if you waive Malik, he's not going to clear waivers. If you cut Logan Woodside, he could clear waivers and you could bring him back, correct? On the practice squad. And if not, then you bring somebody else back like you just mentioned. And that doesn't necessarily mean that Malik is the backup quarterback, but that's a way to keep him on the roster.
Yeah, and so there is no – I mean, there's no way they'll release Malik. So you figure he's going to be on the roster. It's just a matter of whether you feel like you can keep 3 at the start. And if you feel like you can keep 3 at the start, maybe you keep all 3, and then if somebody else gets – released somewhere else, then maybe you consider some other things there. But, one part of me thinks, based on how Woodside's played the preseason, you cut him, there's no way anybody's picking him up. But I think there's obviously some coaches out there, one of them in Atlanta, that knows Logan and has been with him and has seen him in better days. Maybe they would consider doing something there. But then they'd be in a situation where they have to carry three. I've thought a lot about this because obviously they got Mariota, and then they've got Desmond Ridder, and then I think they got Felipe Franks down there as well. So then you got to consider is Woodside an upgrade over Franks? Do they feel like he has more upside? That they have to take that into consideration.
Good stuff, Jimmy. Appreciate you, man. TennesseeTitans.com. And, man, the season will be here before we know it.
That's right. You guys have a good week. Thank you.
All right, at Jay Wyatt Sports. Allan Bell, when we come back, we've got real college football games coming up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk point spreads with AB. Where do you put your money?
Got a Vols intro, too.
We do have a Vols intro that Babs and I have not heard.
Yep. I ain't heard the Vols. I ain't heard this one either.
Didn't you have something to do with it?
I didn't hear it, though. I just said something.
Isn't it your voice?
It's like an actor seeing the movie for the first time.
Y'all got to understand how Gordion works. You would think I've heard it.
But you just say a bunch of things into a microphone, then he puts it together?
Then he go mad scientist on me, put me out the room.
All right, we'll check that out next. 3HI 104.5 The Zone. Buddy Allen Carpet One, they are your flooring experts. If you got a flooring project rolling around inside that head of yours, these guys can help bring that to life, and they're going to be there all of the way, meaning through the installation, unlike the big box stores. They're not going to turn you over. They're going to handle that in-house. Locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen, they are in the store every day, and you're going to love those guys. They're awesome people. 2405 Lebanon Pike. In Donaldson, 615-883-3289. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
While other dealerships have been dwindling their inventory because they are worried about the economy, it's not what's happening in Music City Autoplex. They've actually increased. They know people still worried about the economy, but they need cars. And when you do, they want you to ride right on down or walk on down or get dropped off right at 2430 Gallatin Pike North at Music City Autoplex. Or MusicCityAutoplex.com, right there on your handheld device. So they want this to be the dealership that always delivers, and that's what they thrive on that. Now, what you can do is find late model trucks like F-150s with options and all the trim levels, SUVs, cars of your choice, you name it, they got it and gonna get it. So, well, you're worried about inflation and the economy and all of that. Who knows what's really going on? But what we do know, you got a $500 guaranteed vehicle out there on any trade-in. What's sitting in your driveway? That's what you can depend on. So, you know my motto, Music City Autoplex. Go get your car. Excuse me, sir. You know, the bones of the stadium are still intact. You have the VOLS up on the board. It's new amenities everywhere. In kneeling. Hey, man, we don't care nothing about that. It's still kneeling, and it ain't got no room. Yes, the hype train. It runs right through Knoxville. Coach Josh Heupel and these 2022 Vols? Ooh, really? We talking Hendon Hooker. Oh, the deep threat. Cedric Tillman. That defense led by Trayvon Flowers? Tapping right into that orange power, T-power? Ooh, and coming off the edge, Byron Young? Heads up, Ball Nation. Because right now, it's football time in Tennessee. Tennessee.
How are you going to be able to contain yourself next Thursday when we're on the air before that game?
He's not.
I won't. Like, if something wrong with my back now, hey, the back can forget about it. You got 24 hours back to hold up, and we'll get all the rehab you need for 9 days.
I think we only have an hour-long show that day, too. So, like, you can sprint that hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that, boy. Woo.
From an energy level, like.
On Al, getting ready for that, that's definitely giving me pitcher full of beer vibes guzzling it. That's what it's giving me. Those are the vibes.
Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, producer Joe Hunk, and Allan Bell in studio from sportsline.com. AB, what's up? How are you?
Fantastic. Let me say this. Our man Ron Slay here just cut a Ric Flair promo right there. Like, not many people on the planet can be better than that.
Talk to him, AB, man.
That was good.
Tell the
That
people.
might be my favorite.
Hey, thank you,
good.
Hey, I got
has
Gordy on,
ever
man.
been produced.
I'll say how good it is. I can only see like half the screen of like the live chat.
Yeah.
And all I see are exclamation points everywhere. So, yeah,
Let's go.
Zach Butt says AB, exclamation point.
There we go.
There
Look,
you go.
our man Zach gets it. Look, and let me say this before we start. I wanted to say I was listening live last week, all right, and you guys were talking, and Coach Mack was in here too. And Coach Mack was saying, I guess you guys were at practice, or you just got back from practice or something. And Coach Mack was saying somebody was running a route that looked like a county fair, all right, and which was funny. And then Slay talking about like the D-line or something. He goes, "I'm a trench lover," and Brent just started dying laughing. And I was driving down the road, hitting the steering wheel, cracking up, man. It was hilarious.
Trench lover was unexpected. But
Hey, that's what I am. Just saying,
This
man.
show is unexpected, which makes it fantastic.
Very
So-
true.
That is accurate.
people always ask about it. I'm like, listen, I think people like that they don't know what direction we're going to go because we don't know what direction we're going to go. Like, Dawn makes us have a list. Like, you know, we're going to be organized to a point, but do we stay to that pretty often?
No. Never.
Look, it's one of those where like Don has the checklist, and like at the end of the show, none of them are checked. We got to none of these.
It's for sure.
like,
The
damn
list is for sure.
We had fun, but we got to none of them.
We did ask her question, which I'll ask you. From a Titan perspective, which position are you most concerned about depth-wise?
I mean, I would say offensive line and then right tackle, right? Like, I think that's where everybody's head goes because this team is pretty stout everywhere else. Like, you could get into the cornerback position, whether you're going to talk about the outside, inside, whatever, but I think it's pretty much right tackle. Other than that, like, the team's pretty solid, you know what I mean? But the good part about it is that, you know, you've got a couple young guys here, but you're about to have, I think my number's correct, 1,056 people that are cut from teams over the, like, starting now and then, like, over the next, like, week, right? So,
Yeah.
you're going to have depth, like, to be able to find, so it's not the worst thing in the world. You know?
Yeah, they go to 80 today. So the Titans did 4 yesterday and 1 today. But, so next Tuesday's 53.
Yeah, that's a lot of cuts.
That's a whole
But there's a lot of people who are
cuts.
going to pick up jobs, too. Now, and also say this, the most difficult and frustrating part is, like, you could make, you know, the 53, right? And you make it, and you're like, man, I'm fired up. I'm calling mom and dad, everybody. The next day, there's somebody at your position that the team's looking at, and you know what? You get cut the next day.
Goodness gracious.
It's tough, man. Like, it's a brutal business.
Before we dive in, I'm intrigued by this phone call from Mark in Kentucky. Mark, what's up? What do you want to say, bro?
Hey, I have called in and just swore gone out about Father's Day and birthdays, and I just got to say, Slay, it's your turn, dog. You need to stick to chicken wings. That was bunk.
What was?
That whatever that crap was about UT balls.
See, you must be a Kentucky fan. Is
Mark,
that what that is?
Do you want him to do one for Kentucky?
No, I'm Big Orange all the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, how's that bunk?
No, you stick to strikeout wings, okay?
Damn, Mark.
I got to know, like, Mark, what did you want? You got to tell me what you wanted.
Here you go.
Oh, okay. Well, get on out of here, Mark.
Mark,
You're in the Bluegrass State anyway, Mark. What you doing up there? You all Vol. Get out of here.
They're not even a state.
Yeah, relocate.
They're a commonwealth.
He came after you, man.
Yeah. Oh, listen. One thing Mark got to know, it ain't going to stop. So you ain't doing nothing but putting more juice in the battery, baby. It's more of this to come.
Hunk, I think you got a couple more promos to record here in a minute.
We all set. We all set.
You better know it.
I think you should do one for every team.
Oh,
In the SEC.
Some of them be a little quieter.
What's that Mississippi State sound like?
Well, everyone. You got a little country accent, get a little cowbell. Yeah, see, a little cowbell going in the background.
That was really good, huh?
It was good.
You sounded like a legit Mississippi State.
He didn't do that with his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, darn, that was real.
Yeah.
Dinner time. All right, AB, we've got college football games coming up this weekend, and Scott Frost is fighting for his life.
Fighting for his life, and that's why Nebraska.
It's like he's making the retirement tour, and everybody's going to give him a
really
rocking chair at the game.
Yeah, and he's like 39, right? Like, no, going to play in Dublin against Northwestern. You just had it there, 13.
13, yeah. Nebraska by 13 over Northwestern, which tells me that Northwestern's not very good.
No, and let me say this: Nebraska, I can't tell you how good that they're going to do this year. I don't think it's going to be any kind of a national championship run. I would run with
out on a limb.
Yeah, right. I would run with this though. Like I would absolutely run with this 13. I know it sounds a lot, especially the first week, and especially going across the country into another country, right?
Mm-hmm.
But both teams,
both
teams are doing it. It's not like Vanderbilt going all the way to Hawaii and Hawaii's just chilling at the house, right? Like both of them have to do it, and I think that with you look at Scott Frost, and he knows what time it is. Like you got to win, and this is a global stage.
Right.
First game. Not a lot of teams are playing. He is every single touchdown that they could get, he's going to wear it on. There is no, if they're up by 10 in the fourth quarter, they're not kneeling. Like you're punching in points, right? Like you can't take anything for granted. Okay. So I would take this game. I can't say bet Nebraska in any other game, but I would take Nebraska in this one right here.
Well, I mean, we're just talking about this one. So, that's interesting. So, but that is a lot of points, man, when you look at this.
It is.
But I'll say this,
before you dive into it.
I'll say this. I heard Nick Saban say this a couple years ago during the COVID year, right? It was on game day, and it was when practices were messed up, and you're just going right into the year. And Kirk Herbstreit asked Nick Saban, he said, well, you haven't really had many practices. We assume points are going to be down, right? And Nick Saban said, no, man, it's the complete opposite. He goes, offense doesn't need anybody to practice against. They could run 7-on-7s by themselves, do whatever. Yeah. Defense has to practice against an offense. You can't just practice defense on your own. He goes, watch. He goes, I guarantee you points will be way up because these defenses aren't going to be ready. And he was spot on. 2 years ago.
Because of COVID, they couldn't tackle each other.
Exactly. You could practice. You couldn't do anything. So it's 2 years ago, points were way up in week one. Last year, points were way up in week one. And not only in college. In the NFL as well. Look at the totals now. You're going to see there's a couple 52s, 48s.
Well, that Nebraska Northwestern total's 50.
Yep, absolutely. And
so, that's an interesting point because just to go back and to maybe paint a better picture. So, offenses can get quality practice time in against air.
Yep.
Defenses really can't.
They can't. They have to practice against someone else. And when you can't do it, even in normal times, right? You only have so many hours that you can practice against where the quarterback can take the wide receivers, whatever, and just go throw.
Well, and nobody's tackling in practice anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So that's hard too.
Yeah.
Needed health. Health is important. You got to make it to the season.
So early on in college football, is there a trend on taking overs or unders like you were talking about in NFL preseason games, which we'll get to in a second? But or is it just a case by case, game by game, matchup by matchup perspective?
I'll say this: in the NFL, week ones are definitely good for overs. There's generally points that are scored, and some of it is
in
that
the NFL.
Yep, absolutely. There's some of that. College, it's more case by case basis because you're going to have teams that are either playing a really big game, like a Georgia, Oregon type game. Or you're going to be playing somebody who is not even Division I, right? So you're going to have all kinds of things across the board. College can be a little more difficult week one. NFL is pretty consistent. And what you want to pay attention to is generally we have 6 to 7 new coaches every year that come in and look for the ones that are on the road, right? And there's going to be one here in Nashville, right? You look at Brian Dable and New York Giants. That's a brand new head coach, brand new staff. They've only had so many practices. You've got to learn everything And on top of the system and all that, right?
Yeah.
You're generally not a pretty good team because you have a brand new head coach. And there are things like travel and just little things that you don't think of that head coaches have to prepare for, that it's kind of their first time doing it, right? So not saying that means a ton of points, but in the NFL, when, historically games are 2.5-point margins, yeah.
Run with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we've been
still
saying
riding with the Titans and the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying for a month now, like,
Yeah.
take the Titans,
Yeah.
like, and do it, because that number's going to go up. Like, if you get it at 6, do it, because that's another thing. And not to hijack here, but when you're betting, remember, go back to like your basics of betting football. Understand the points of how teams score. 3 points, 7 points. All right. So when you think of these things and you look at, say, 13, right? Okay, well, now you're looking at, 2 touchdowns is 14 points. So when you look at the difference between 13.5, like if you're Nebraska 13.5 or Nebraska 14.5, that 14.5, you only look at it as 1 point, but that's a whole other score. Now you got to go 2 touchdowns to 3 or 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Yeah. So that 1 point is another drive and another stop. Like, just remember those things.
Hey, B, did you happen to get a ticket to the train that I'm driving for Vandy?
No, I'm in though.
Okay, so yeah. Hold on this train, AB. Yeah. Let me tell you, AB, I'm looking at it, man, and Hawaii and Elon, I think are wins. Going into the Wake Forest game, I think they upset Wake Forest at home. And I think they start the season 3-0. And I'm riding with that. So if you want to jump on the train, man, you ride out with me, man. We got all black that we're going to wear with some parties. We got little wings and everything in there. So you're going to have a good time. But we're getting off after game 3.
Yeah, that's fine. And you know what? I'm with that. And you had me at, let's get on the train and go to Hawaii. Like, we were already there. But no, I'm with you.
That's a magical train.
Yeah, we're going through the Pacific Ocean. No, I'm with you, though. Like, we talked about it, like, I think, like a month ago. Like, Vanderbilt their number was like 1.5 or something, right? Like,
and then it went up to 2.5.
Yeah, we were all in on it, and I agree with you. Now, like you said, after those 3, who knows?
Yeah.
Right?
So, Dari Nokla with the SEC Network, Don found this, and I'm curious. I haven't heard it. Is Dari on Slay's train? Does he go farther than Slay? What's going on here?
Vanderbilt is 4-0 going to Alabama. Hawaii, I believe, is a win. Elon, I believe, is a win. Wake Forest, without their all-everything quarterback, right, Sam Hartman, I think you've got a confident Vanderbilt team with some experience. Let's say they win that. And then they go to Northern Illinois sitting at 3-0. I like their experience. I like their defense. They've got a heck of a leader in Anthony Orji. They've got a quarterback that I think is going to be, honestly, Mike Wright. Wouldn't surprise me if he were a top 4 quarterback in the East. Now, I know that may not be saying a whole heck of a lot. Largely, I think, has had a heck of an offseason in building toughness. Now, they may not win a game after that, and I'm not saying anything other than they win their first 4, but I would buy Vanderbilt starting the season, as crazy as this sounds, at 4-0.
Hey, man, listen.
Oof.
Top 4 quarterback in the East. I mean, he joked that and we all laughed that's not saying much, but
that saying he's better than
Anthony
guy?
Richardson.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson,
I guess.
the guy from Georgia. What's our guy that went fried on Good Morning America?
Stetson Bennett.
He ain't better than Stetson.
The Oklahoma transfer at South Carolina.
Yeah, the South Carolina. That's right. Like,
how's he going to be better?
I think he could be, but he doesn't have the weapons around him to be able to.
He doesn't
be
have
better.
that.
And he doesn't have the line to protect him to be better.
100%. And he also doesn't have 31 personal coaches with him at Florida as well. So.
Thank you.
I was listening on the way in. I was like, playing it out.
Like, that's amazing to me, man. Like,
hey, let me say this, though. If I could hire 5,000 people, I would hire 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
They did. They showed goodness gracious.
Vandy 4-0. See,
So
Dari took your little run, and he took that train. You got off, I guess.
The good thing is, like, you got to have somebody else to drive the trains. I don't want to go for weeks at a time from going home to be able to sleep with my family and in my own bed. So that's cool. 3 weeks is my max.
I'm
gonna get off Dari.
Take it over.
He got it. But
Well,
Northern Illinois, you talked about it. You did them
I
last
worked
year,
their
right?
bowl game last year. Yeah, I think their coach, what's his name, Thomas Hammock. I think.
Rhett.
No, that he would not be their coach. Anyway, I think he gets a lot out of his players. I think he recruits well. I think he finds some stars that have been overlooked and they're just a little too small. You know what I mean? I think that their program is in a really good place
And
right
it's at
now.
home.
and it's at home, and that would be big for them. So yeah, I think between them and Wake Forest, Vandy's gonna lose.
Gonna slip on one of them.
Right.
And Don, you bring up another good point too. Like, it sounds like at the beginning, it sounds like it's very easy to recruit to Hawaii. Yeah. I bet that is insanely difficult.
It's really hard.
Hard. That's so far away from everything.
Well, it's hard for them to get legit visits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where people are really interested in playing there as opposed to, hey, one of my five, I'm going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, it's like anybody who's never been, like, it is so far away for the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the director of
it's an
football.
8-hour flight from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to if you break it up, we've been a couple times where you break it up in L.A. or something, and then it's 5 hours from there. But anyway, that's still a long time.
Yeah.
The director of football operations though made news and went viral on social media because he was talking about how Vanderbilt's not going to know what hit him.
Yeah, he did. And let me say this, like,
they have 52 new players, AB.
Dude, my man went out for it, right? And like, here's the thing, like, when you look at like Twitter, all right, there's an algorithm for not necessarily going viral, but just having a tweet do well, and it's called like the power of 5, right? If you could get 3 likes, a retweet, and a reply in 20 seconds, your tweet guaranteed will go off. Test it. We've been testing this thing. Oh, yeah, we've been testing this thing for years. Shannon Terry, I'm telling you, he's the smartest guy on the planet.
He
All
is. That is
but
true.
Number 2, like, this guy put himself out there. Like, if they go out and Vandy just whoops him like a dog, buddy, everybody's going to hate you. Like,
you did this.
Yeah, like, it was, I mean, it was, you got to be confident in that one.
Well, and it's not the coach; it's the director of football.
Exactly. What is he doing?
Why is
Like,
he talking to the media anyway?
imagine if the coach, like, didn't approve that. Right? And the coach is like, buddy.
Man, he's supposed to be getting class schedules together. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Talking football. That ain't what you out here to do.
Well, so Vanderbilt now an 8.5-point favorite in this game on Saturday, and it's a late game. I think
Whoa,
like
it
9.
it shifted that much.
Yeah, it's like 9:30 p.m. something like that.
What did it open at 5?
It opened at 1 in the summer, but yeah, it's been 6.5 for a long time.
Okay.
But I just looked, and it's 7.5 to 8.5, depending on where you go.
Man, 8. Okay, so
that's a lot.
It's a lot. Like, okay, so there's not much of a difference between 7.5 and 8.5, right? Because if you're at 7, a field goal is going to get you to 10, right? So we're not really concerned about that. But I mean, now you're implying that Vanderbilt is going to be pretty high scoring, right?
2 scores better.
Yeah, right? And it's like exactly that. And then now, like, say Vanderbilt's up 7 in the fourth quarter, you know, as a bettor, you're looking at it saying, okay, Vanderbilt is either going to, like, they're going to have to keep them down and score, right? Or it's going to have to be back and forth, and then, you know, Vanderbilt gets to stop late. Like, that's
6.5 is a completely different conversation.
completely different, right? So 8.5, man, that is, like, that's tough for a team that's young traveling that far. That's a lot of points.
So what does that shift tell you?
Yeah.
Well, number one, that Hawaii is awful.
Yeah. Nobody's buying in.
Well, yes.
Knowing that.
Yeah.
It's a truckload of dumpsters on fire.
Yeah.
They're just rolling in there out of the city.
Okay, I'll tell you this, though. So, and you guys know it. Forever, right? It's always been the bettors like mantra, like however your day goes on Saturday, right? You bet all these games, bet them. You always have the Hawaii game at the end. So if you've had a bad day, you go heavy on Hawaii, like on the game, right? So you're going to see points come on Hawaii that day, and especially that night. So if it's 9:30 our time, if you're going to bet Vanderbilt, don't bet it right now because it's not like the public's going to go crazy for Vanderbilt anyway. So just let the public bet Hawaii. And that 8.5, if you could get that down, if you could get the normal number down to 7.5 and then buy it down to 7 to where if you get, now you have push insurance. If Vanderbilt wins by a touchdown, 7, you push, you get out of there. Yeah. Right? So, like, that's exactly how I would play that.
Yeah, 9:30 p.m. on CBS Sports Network.
A great network, too.
Sportsline.com is his website. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Also, NFL preseason action. Titans favored by 3 over Arizona this weekend. What does AB think about that? Allan Bell 24/7 on Twitter. More 3HL next on 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, by the way, I forgot to mention in our last segment, Bab's Prize Closet, brought to you by Artisan Custom Closets, tickets to Dirks Bentley, giving those away right when we come back for our last segment of the 4 o'clock hour. So tune in and be caller number 5. I'll let you know when to call. So I had a fun weekend on Sunday, just chilled out by the pool and enjoyed my kickstand cocktails. And you will enjoy them too. If you try it, you'll buy it. Trust me. Here's the deal. It's the only canned cocktail dedicated to spice. Only 105 calories, no added sugar, just 3 grams of carbs. Kickstand cocktails are awesome. Crushable because they have zero aftertaste. You know, some of these beverages, you drink 1 or 2 and then you have a nasty aftertaste in your mouth. Not the case with Kickstand. Roasted jalapeno cucumber. Sounds weird. It's my favorite, though. It's crushable. It's refreshing. It's spicy, but not too spicy. It's a mellow heat. And then some subtle hints of white grape. They also have a Torch Peach Chipotle coming out with some other flavors here, too. But the Torch Peach Chipotle is more heat. Each sip starts with a crisp taste of sweet peaches and then ends with a bold, spicy finish. Torch Chipotle peppers in that one. You'll crave your next one. Check out Kickstand Cocktails. Kickstand, real spirits, crushable spice.
Let's get us a little money, people. Ryan Kelly and the HomeLoanExpert.com. That's who you should rely on. That's who you should call on. From new home loans to refinances, get competitive rates, top-notch customer service, and approved with the 5-minute loan approval at the HomeLoanExpert.com. Offer. This is it. The 10-day closing guarantee. That's what you can depend on. You can stamp it. That is something that is reliable with Ryan Kelly and the HomeLoanExpert.com. Interest rate info, refis, cash out refi purchases. They won't miss. And listen, when you're doing the interest rate info, you want to know about that. This is what you should know. Mortgage interest rates are starting to drop, but you need to be locked in today at the Home Loan Expert. Their rates are over a quarter point lower than the national average. Now, when it comes to refining, by refinancing your 30-year mortgage with the Home Loan Expert, you can still save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month with a simple refinance. Makes that real simple, right? Yep. All you got to do is contact Ryan Kelly and the HomeLoanExpert.com.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slate, and the one and only Allan Bell. Sportsline.com. We call him AB. What's going on the website?
Man, we got it up. We're happy about that. It's working. No, we got Major League Baseball going on.
That's a hell of a sentence right there.
You know what? We're just fired about that. We're easy to please over here, right? No, we've got Major League Baseball. We've got college football, NFL Week 1. We've already simulated. And I want everyone also to remember this. Go to us for prop betting, too, because we simulate not only the games 10,000 times, but we go through every single player that's a skill position, right? And we'll simulate what their yardage is going to be, catches, passes, attempts, all of that, so you can use that data for prop bets as well.
Sportsline.com. Do you have a prize closet over there that's open or something?
Oh, yeah. I got to do this.
Wait, it is open.
It's open.
Get 'em, Babsy.
Thanks to Artisan Custom Closets. What do we have thanks to Artisan Custom Closets? How about a pair of tickets to see Dierks Bentley this Friday at Bridgestone Arena? Caller number 5 right now, 615-737-1045. And if you want to say goodbye to clutter, go to artisancustomclosets.com for your free in-home consultation today. Auntie Babs prize closet. I guess it's Mama Babs prize closet now.
That's a nice prize too. I'm a big Dierks Bentley guy.
Dierks is great.
Yeah. He's awesome. Yeah.
He's a great dude too.
He seems like it.
Yeah, he's just a really cool dude. So NFL preseason week 1, you said typically speaking, historically, you want to go under.
Yeah.
But then the overs hit in week 1.
Yep.
So then after week 1, we ask you, now do you switch how you look at this? And you're like, no. Write it the way history tells you to write it.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Yep. We were right. Unders were hitting in that one, and it was nice. And because, look, the books juice the numbers about 5 to 6 points on average across all 16 games, right? So now this is where you make your money. Well, this is where you either make it or you lose it, because since we've gone to 3 preseason games instead of 4, there's not like a uniform thought across the league, all right? Some teams might have a lot of battles going on to where you're going to be playing a lot of second-string guys, right? Some teams, like the Titans, where what we just talked about, like, other than like a right tackle or a corner, like, it's pretty much situated, like, maybe wide receiver, right? Like, other than that. So you want to pay attention to that. And look, the coaches will tell you through the week, like, what they're going to do. They don't. Yeah, like, they'll say, hey, we're going to play these guys, what we're looking to do. The one thing that I'll say that we found, teams that have 2 mobile quarterbacks that play in these games score, I think, like 11 more points on average, because these guys are generally young. And what do? The minute that the minute that their first wide receiver look isn't open, they tuck it and run. Malik did it in week 1. Like all quarterbacks do it, right? Yep. So if you've got a team that has multiple, right? If you got 2 that you're going to run, play with those. And the Baltimore Ravens have won 22 straight. All right, 22 straight preseason games.
That's crazy.
And let me tell you this, though.
That's an unbelievable stat, right?
It's unbelievable. And so you could use this. All right, so we're going to the last game. Yeah. They play Saturday against the Washington Commanders. All right, Commanders 0-2. Nothing to play for. They will roll over in the second half. Do not care. The Ravens are not going 2-0 to lose the last one. They will be pushing in touchdowns no matter who's on the field. They'll be kicking field goals. They want to win. You've already done the 2. You might as well get the 1 and carry this thing over, because clearly it means something in the locker room. Ravens -6. I'm just saying, might be a good play.
I like that.
So the following starting quarterbacks have played in the preseason so far, because we were talking about Ryan Tannehill hasn't, obviously. Yep. So do you want to see him in week 3? You're not going to. But anyway, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Davis Mills, Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, Tua, Trey Lance, Kirk Cousins, Mason Rudolph, Zach Wilson, Jalen Hurts, Drew Lock or Geno Smith, Mayfield or Darnold. Mayfield's been named starter, so Mayfield has played. All of those quarterbacks have played.
Yeah.
Tannehill hasn't.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. Last year, the Titans were the #1 scoring team in the NFL preseason. What does that mean? I have no idea. I have no idea. But, I mean, they were.
It means it doesn't matter.
Allan Bell with his stats.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I don't know. It's a cool stat.
But they're a pretty good team, right? They're a pretty good team. And what? I don't think Tannehill played last year.
He didn't play.
Nope.
Yeah. So, there you go, right? Like, it's kind of one of those to where if Tannehill, if he wanted to play, if he's like, Vrabes, like, give me 2 series. Like, I need 2 series. Vrabel will say, okay, man. Like, offensive line, we're going to put the starters out here, too. You're playing now, right? But
they just ain't him. They got to go out there.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Right.
But, if he's not, like Derrick Henry, and Don, I think you were talking about this exactly. If Derrick Henry said, Coach, like, give me a series, even if you don't hand me the ball.
Right.
Vrabel would let him, right? I mean, he's earned it.
And that's
right?
what I said
because
he's pretty vocal about what he needs. He knows his body, Slay, like you know your body.
Right. Absolutely. Like you were 100% correct with that, right? So the fact that like they're not pushing for it, wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
So Titans favored by 3 over Arizona. Before we get to that game, do you notice anything trend-wise when teams practice with each other during the week leading up to a game, or no, not really?
Well, I'll say this. There's not like any stats, but generally how practice goes is how the game goes, right? Like we saw all week that Tennessee pretty much dogged on Tampa.
Yeah.
Right? And, I know that Tampa really didn't play anybody in the game, but it kind of played out how practice did. Like generally those things tend to do it, right? Because in practice, you're actually going harder there with your starting guys, than you are, in the game, right? So, like there's
Bahama Brady might have made a difference.
A little. I did like that we had a rumor that he was like on the Masked Singer there for like a day.
Yeah. It would have been no coming back for that. I don't care if that was written in.
Which, by the way, whoever gets the Netflix documentary, like everybody's talking about like the Man Down Tail, whatever in the world went on with Tom Brady this offseason is weird.
Weird.
He's a Raider, and then he's not, and then he's a Dolphin, and then he's retired, and then he's back in a week, and then Bruce Arians is gone.
Like, and then he's on the Masked Singer, and then he's in the Bahamas with his family.
What in the world? Because that guy doesn't do any of this. Like, he is Mr. Practice. Like, Aaron Rodgers, I get it. He's gone. He didn't care. But something. Whoever gets that is going to.
That's gold.
Yeah.
Well, he got his own production company.
That's true. He'll get it.
He'll get his own thing. So, Titans by 3. What do you think?
Like, okay, so, all right. So, here's.
Not convinced there.
Well, so the Titans haven't really done much scoring, right?
Right.
And, I mean, is it going to step up? Who knows, right? But their defense is pretty good. And not even talking about starters. Like, this team is deep, right? And, like, in the preseason, that translates a lot. Like, I'd roll with it because I don't see this team. Like, whoever's out there, I don't really see them. Like, I don't see them getting blown out.
Right.
And, like, Vrabel's over there, like, asking for popcorn. Like, that's just not the attitude of this team. Like, whoever you are, you're going to be a professional out there, right?
And you're fighting for a job in this last
100%, man.
Yeah.
So, like, at 3, I'd roll that. 3.5, I would not.
So, the quarterbacks for Arizona, Colt McCoy, Trace McSorley, Jarrett Garantano.
All right, I'm taking the Titans minus 30. Look at that. Hey, Garantano threw a touchdown pass.
Yes, he did.
He was 7 of 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Garantano comes in here, like, I mean, I know it's preseason, but, like.
That'll be beautiful.
There's going to be somebody's going to boo him.
Just roll up like 2 touchdown drives.
Guaranteed.
Oh, man, I love it. All right, sportsline.com. That's where you find AB at Allan Bell 24/7. He will respond to your tweets to him no matter what time of day it is.
Promise that. Hey, we're trying to get that algorithm juice, baby. Let's go.
Factual, baby.
I appreciate your
numbers.
Dude, Shannon Terry, I'm telling you, smartest dude on the planet.
I know, it makes me nervous to be around him.
Me too, and I work for him. He's a daunting character. He's tall, he's big. Dude, he can mash. Like, yeah, good dude. Smart dude. He's awesome.
Shannon Terry. All right. Appreciate the visit. We'll talk with you next week.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, 5 o'clock hour coming up. The 3HL Happy Hour headline is next. 3HL 1045 this home.
All right, we are here, y'all. I mean, the season is here, and you want to kick off week 1 of the NFL with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today. Get started with $150 in free bets. That's guaranteed. All you have to do is place your first $5 bet and sign up with promo code DAWN, DAWN, to get in on the action, and then you can turn game day into payday all season long. What future bet will I make with $150 in free bets? I don't know. You just heard an expert on here, and maybe you'll look at that Titans week 1. Play your way. bet on more than just the final score, too. You can wager on everything. Maybe you go Derrick Henry touchdowns. Maybe you go Ryan Tannehill total yards. Maybe you go Robert Woods catches. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with a same game parlay doing that. So don't fumble your chance to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with promo code DAWN. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports book partner of the NFL. You do have to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable. Free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789.
Good evening from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hogg. Titans getting ready for that joint practice tomorrow with the Arizona Cardinals before their game on Saturday, which you can hear right here on 104.5 The Zone at 6 p.m. It was cut day. Roster moves were made yesterday by the Titans, and they added one more. Caleb Shudak was just added to the PUP list. Around the NFL, there's other teams doing the exact same thing, most notably the Washington Commanders, as they had placed defensive end Chase Young on the PUP list as well, meaning he will miss the 4 games of the regular season. And the Braves continue their series in Pittsburgh tonight. Won last night. They play tonight again at 6:05. Max Fried on the hill for the Braves. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brent Doherty, 104.5 The Zone. Dawn Davenport. Double D, I got another question for you. It's coming. Just hang tight.
Okay, wait for it.
But first, we need to introduce Ron Slay.
Let's go, people.
And from Nashville, Tennessee, at 6'8", at power forward, Ron Slay.
Y'all better buckle up, because this car ain't got no roof. Ever! Let's go, baby. Let's go.
3HL Happy Hour headline presented by Kickstand Cocktails, Real Spirits, Crushable Spice. Dawn made me thirsty for one earlier when she was talking about it.
No, because it's like refreshing.
That jalapeno deal.
It's good.
Slightly spice.
And it doesn't taste like I know it's jalapeno cucumber, but it doesn't taste like
No, it doesn't.
that.
It doesn't.
You know, it's not like here's some jalapeno in your face.
Yeah. No,
That's
it's more like.
That's what I should have said in my.
It's
my,
more like,
ad.
here's a little jalapeno, and you won't have any aftertaste.
Sprinkle a little bit of this in there.
Sprinkle of
You'll know you're tasting it, but yeah.
Just a little kick to you.
So the Happy Hour headline is a question, second question of the day for 3HL question. Should RT get some time this week? Ryan Tannehill, QB1. Should he play this week? Would you play him this week? Honestly, I'd have played him in week 2, but that's neither here nor there. You don't think he should play at all?
People get all up in arms about this question, and I don't understand. Buck is like calling people imbeciles for saying that
Even
that
suggesting
he should play.
Okay, well, are people imbeciles?
I want him to play.
Well, what about the Chiefs? Are they imbeciles for playing Patrick Mahomes?
According to Buck Rising.
Josh Allen?
According
in
to
Buffalo?
Buck Rising.
Daniel Jones? He needs to play.
Go through.
Trevor Lawrence, Justin Field,
need to
Mac
play.
Jones, Davis Mills, Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, Tua, Trey Lance, Kirk Cousins, Mason Rudolph, Zach Wilson, Jalen Hurts, Drew Lock or Geno Smith. I don't know. Mayfield, Baker Mayfield. All have played.
The starter.
Outside of about 4 of those names, the rest of those guys should have played. So
These
to
are
their
the quarter-
credit,
You don't
they-
put Ryan Tannehill in that?
No.
These are the quarterbacks that have not played in the preseason. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Well, yeah, because he ain't even there. He's in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
He's back now, baby. I'm back, baby. Matthew Stafford.
Yep.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yep.
Stafford's got like a little injury thing
Elbow
going.
or something going on.
Stafford's old.
Russell Wilson.
I'm kidding.
New team.
Makes sense? Nah, you don't play, though.
Derek Carr. Dak Prescott. Justin Herbert. By the way, I think Justin Herbert is going to have a year this year.
Okay.
Watching him in that late in the season in the playoffs last year, man, that guy can
like we
sling it.
found something clicked.
Yep, Lamar Jackson. By the way, he's about to get paid more than Kyler Murray, who is also
Yes,
on
he
this
is.
list.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow and Jameis Winston, but he's hurt.
So outside of Jameis Winston, who's been hurt, with that list right there, you know what the difference is with that list and the other list?
What?
All those guys been in the playoffs,
Including Ryan Tannehill.
including Ryan Tannehill.
Huh.
We know what we got.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Here's my thought on it.
Andy Reid is a backyard. I love to draw it up. Let's go play, have fun type of guy. Of course
Yeah,
they gonna
he
play.
didn't care.
Yeah, and that's the same personality that Patrick Mahomes got. What's your take, Babson? Because I got to take 2. We ain't heard.
It would be different if you have your entire receiving core back and you've played a lot together and you got that chemistry and you've got that timing in the real game. It would be different for me if that were the case for the Titans. That is not the case. And I know you can make the argument of, well, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that and whatever. That is why I want to see Tannehill. But if you, and let's be honest, he's not going to play. Mike Vrabel is not going to play.
Yeah. Not going to play.
If you play Ryan Tannehill, though, you can't put your second crappy string offensive line in front of him. If you play Tannehill, you have to play everybody, minus Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry just doesn't play. I told you, you revert to Derrick Henry on that one. If you want to play, you can play. If you don't, you don't have to.
Right. So, but Babsy, to that point.
Hang on before you give your point.
Okay.
Weird thing maybe on the show. I just dumped us.
Good job, Yor.
Why? What did I do?
Well, what happened?
You dropped the S-bomb and the F-bomb. No, I was trying to unblock the phone calls.
They've been blocked for quite a while.
Oh, I'm like, did I say no? Because sometimes I worry about that. Sometimes we get so comfortable. I'm like, did I say a bad word?
Yeah, because the normal conversation, like literally every sentence has a curse word.
No, that is not accurate.
Somebody once asked me, like, how do y'all like change and go on the mic and not talk the way you normally talk? And I'm like, I do normally talk like this.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Dawn that we have to worry about.
This is not true. You're painting a bad picture of me. It's only when I run red.
But
only when I run red.
This, he's getting more work to me in the joint practices than he would be getting in the preseason game anyway, because you're only going to give him one drive.
Okay, but you have 3 days of joint practices and not really.
Yeah, but so I'll take it with 2.
Okay.
I think I need to see everything I wanted to see. I got to see in that Tampa Bay series, and those joint practices.
But just to go through the preparation and go to take a couple drives out there.
Not that Tannehill needs to go through the preparation. He's done it for years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the last time he did it wasn't very good.
We left that behind, Yor.
That was last year.
That was last year.
But see, mine is more of the chemistry, the receivers. So, yeah, Ryan Tannehill knows what he's doing and has gone through the preparations a million times, but have the receivers ever gone through the preparations with him? In a game like, say, I don't know. I'm worried about the wide receiving core as a whole. And so I talk about that chemistry because, remember, I fought the whole Julio Jones, them never playing together, and then I felt like the Titans really protected Julio because they were almost saving him kind of towards the end of the year, and then it didn't really matter because his injuries never totally cleared up anyway, and then I just felt like the chemistry and the timing wasn't there.
I mean,
now maybe that can happen in practices, and that's your point.
Yep.
But I would not be opposed to seeing. Ryan Tannehill
we had him in
and some receivers.
He had chemistry with AJ. He had chemistry with Ferguson.
He's gone.
Yeah, he had chemistry with NWI. None of that played the difference. This is when you get down to. I think we just block. just block and everything will be fine. That's what I think.
Just give him protection and it doesn't matter. And
we will
come,
see what we need to see. Yeah, we just don't need Chandler Jones coming out off the edge, just and then being able to shut it down for the rest of the season and get bankroll with Las Vegas. Like that's what we don't need. So I think we got it. We got what we need from him. And then you see with the command that he's having out there in the joint practices. You've been out there, Babs. You see like it's a different aura around Ryan Tannehill. You know what I'm saying? So I think this year I'm okay with it. I'm definitely okay with it.
615-737-1045. DK Kale next up on 3HL.
All right. What's going on, guys?
What up, baby?
What up?
Well, I want to call out one thing. John Hutton, Warren County Bros. I've heard that. Some people calling me about the Warren County Front Row Bros.
All right.
And then,
all right, keep moving because I don't know what the hell that is.
Okay. Well, okay, John. Okay. So I loved you. I loved you for,
All right, DK.
Yeah, well, you had to get it to us now.
So what he was doing, was that intentional or not intentional?
I don't know. What was the Warren County Bros?
I don't know what any of that is.
And he said John. Did he say John or Don?
Yeah. 615-737-1045. He waited a long time for that.
Oh, Indy's called back multiple times.
Yeah. Brandon says drunk. I don't think he was drunk. I think he legitimately was making a phone call.
I think it may have been a nervous. Like some people get nervous when they get on there too.
Okay. Well,
maybe.
Thanks, DK. So should RT get some time this week? To Don's point, he won't. But
But that doesn't mean that I don't want him to.
Yeah. I would have wanted him to in the last game, maybe.
I mean, you
Why? What's the? Take me through your thought process.
Why Patrick Mahomes? Why?
No, I'm saying why last game, but not this one.
I want him in a real game setting to go through some reps with a rookie wide receiver or two.
Yes.
With an Austin Hooper at tight end. And I know they're getting reps at practice, and that's fine.
But you don't want it this game. You wanted it last game. Why? Because there's plenty of time?
I guess.
But there's still plenty of time after this
I guess another reason, and this really has nothing to do with this year, but that Arizona performance last year, coming off a situation where they didn't play people again in the preseason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and and part of that Arizona thing was they fell behind early and then didn't get to run offensively.
Yeah.
Anything that they were planning on doing or wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, I just I'm cool with that. You know, I'm cool with if he jumped out there. My only thing too is when you get in that preparation, what if Arizona is not playing their ones? Then how much preparation is it for Tannehill and these wide receivers and this O-line that you got to put out there to go against the twos? You know what I'm saying? When you know in the joint practices, it's ones versus ones. And although nobody's been taken to the ground, you still hitting. You know what I'm saying? And I just I'm cool with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
But do you think that I'm crazy for wanting to see your starting quarterback in a preseason game?
I don't think you're crazy. I just don't agree with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
you
fair.
could be right. I could be wrong.
I see your point too. I think you can go either way.
Like if they go 3 and out, then what? Do we need to go see them for another series? Do we need to see a successful drive like we saw with Malik Willis coming out in the second half? What was that, 11-play drive or something like that when they went down? Like, do we need to see that to be okay? That's enough. Or do we go out there and see a 3 and out with a pick? And then now we're up in arms.
Everybody's up in arms.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing.
Yeah. And that's fair.
615-737-1045. Should RT get some time this week, Ryan Tannehill? Also, a question on YouTube. I forget who asked it because it's off my screen now. But Stonehouse or Kern? Which way do you go? 615-737-1045. We'll talk about it next on 3HL.
Oh, the aging process affects all of it. Maybe you have lost energy. Maybe you don't sleep well. Maybe you want to get off prescription medications for high cholesterol. And maybe it's just because you want to feel better. LT360 is what you need. That was me after I had baby Babs. I wanted to make sure that I was around and present for her and our family and that I had the energy to keep up with now a 2-year-old. LT360 has helped me to feel like myself again. And they've done it with non-pharmaceuticals, all natural, affordable healthcare. That's what they do. The things that you learn from the LT360 program and the support that you get help you to live your best life. Wake up rested, reverse disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, lose weight, find more energy, all of that you can do. And here's the deal. We are going to have a lunch and learn coming up on September 7th. So Give LT360 a call. Sign up. It's free. All you do is come, have lunch, hang out with us, and then find out if this program is a perfect fit for you, which it probably will be. It'll be in Brentwood. Sign up and register at lt360health.com or call and reserve your spot. Call Eric. Here's your phone number, 615-815-0390. Just say, hey, I want to go to the LT360 Lunch and Learn September 7th. It's a Wednesday. 615-815-0390, lt360health.com.
3 at John 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, the Tuesday edition, motoring through the first college football week of the season. I wish we had a Thursday game, though. They could have played that Ireland game on Thursday, man. They'll party any of the day of the week over there.
Yeah, that's true. And we would accept it. Any parties. Cake stand any day.
You ever done a keg stand in Belfast?
No. Never even been there.
Have you been to Ireland?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
What's your light blinking?
What about you, Babsy?
I have not been there.
I thought you got engaged there.
No,
That-
Italy.
Oh.
Italia.
I mean, it's an I country.
That's right. Totally the same.
Yeah.
Brett Kern or Stonehouse? Which way are you going? As we sit right now.
Me, I'm going Kern. I think
Me too.
when you talk about being in the pressure cooker and having to place that ball in a certain spot, especially if it would be different if Kern was coming into this situation with questionable health. Listen, I'm gonna take the for sure thing. I think Stonehouse is gonna potential is through the roof though. Like that's different. But when you start to get down to it and your ball, you're on the 40 on the other team's 40, or your 40 and you're kicking, like you need to pin them in that corner. We like it's no guess of what's gonna happen. You pinning them.
Yeah.
And I think with this type of defense, you need that kind of backing.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because, like, if you go Kern, Stonehouse is going to make a roster, and he's going to be.
Without
You're
question.
going to see him booming kicks, and on SportsCenter it'll be like, watch this 78-yard punt.
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't
you'll be like,
you
dang.
just want, like, wouldn't it just be perfect for Kern to be to Stonehouse what Craig Hentrick was to punters? You know what I mean? Like, just let him
Waiting in the wings.
be around and learn from Kern, and then
Yeah, but you
ready
can't
to
keep two
take over.
punters.
I know you can't. Here's my thing though. When did Kern have an off year? Was that last year or the year before? And I say off in air quotes because my whole point is even an off year for Kern is not an off year.
Right. I mean,
right?
he by most stats you look at is the best punter in the franchise history.
Right.
And that's saying something with Hendrick running around out there.
I just you trust Kern. I think he's had a phenomenal preseason.
Sources
right?
close to me tell me that he is punting as well as he ever has right now.
Like, so.
But again, like I use the baseball analogy. Like if Kern's Greg Maddux, then Stonehouse is Aroldis Chapman. You know what I mean? So
what do you do though?
His big booming punts are sexy, right? But what gets the job done better? And there's a couple of different things, a couple of different ways to look at it. And Jeff and Smyrna wants to talk about this. I think the numbers are this. I think I heard Mickey and Blaine talking about this, but I think Stonehouse has 6 punts and 3 of them have been touchbacks.
Okay.
Kern has 5 punts, 4 of them inside the 20.
And that's the thing.
One of my favorite things to watch on that Titans team, and this is how nerdy of a football guy I am. I love watching Kern just deliver like a 50-yard punt, and the returner catches it running out of bounds.
That's a strategy to that. Yeah.
That is an amazing skill.
Yeah, and how many times are you going to need to be kicking from your 20 to kick it to the other end zone?
Right.
I mean, punting from
Well,
there,
it's like
you know
the
what I'm saying?
the 68 was a touchback.
Like,
so
and-
it's 48 net, which is still good.
It
but-
looks beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, but what does it count for? Like, you want that ball on the 5 or the 4, or you want that ball on the 20? I mean, it's to each his own. Like, you know what you got. You know what you got in Kern.
So last year, Kern, 44.8, 18 inside the 20 on 47 punts. The year before, 45.8, 22 inside the 20 on 37 punts. And the year before that, the 2 years before that, 47.1, 47.1, 49.7. So Kern isn't that guy that's going to deliver, typically speaking, that 60-yard punt that's going to blow everybody away and actually be a highlight, you know. But he will place it where he wants to place it. And, you know, the other thing is like the question on Stonehouse is at some point he's going to probably learn all that stuff.
Yep.
Right.
He's just at a point in his career where I think he's like, hey, man, I'm just going to kick it as far as I can, try to make it to you. You know what I mean? And he will.
Yeah.
Because he's got hang time, he's got length, he's, whatever.
You catching the eyes of all the coaches and everybody else, commentators and some more, fans, everything.
Right.
So
let's go, Jeff in Smyrna. Jeff, what's up? What do you think?
Hey, I just want to say I love the show. I love 104.5. Yeah, definitely get me through my day. Big Ron, I talk to him all the time in the chat. I want to echo on what Ron said about Kern is the man. His directional kicks are insane.
Yeah.
You already know that Wade's gonna put the ball. Stonehouse is learning. He's like the next man up. So there's no question who's the man.
Yep.
Appreciate it, man.
Agree with that. I agree with that. Like that's what that was like I swallowed my water and then snorted. Yeah. I was in a pigsty. That's cool. But I think
it kind of
yeah, that's it though, man. Like, why not go for the for sure thing? Or are you going with the shiny thing that you've never test drove before? Like, yeah, it goes fast, but is the transmission gonna go out?
Well, and
get
people think, okay, you can go cheaper, and that's partly true, but like Kern counts $2.5 million against the cap if you cut him. So there is cost involved there. I think he's got one more year in him.
There you go.
So, but I mean, again, I think Stonehouse is one of the 32 punters in the league, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
there was a guy for Buffalo that kicked it 78 yards yesterday.
I saw that.
Or this weekend. What day is it? Tuesday? It's almost Wednesday already?
Yes.
According to Jake, it's weekend.
Moving towards
Jake and
the
Brentwood.
weekend.
Going to the weekend.
Hadn't heard from Jake since Friday.
I feel like he's a Friday kind of caller.
I know, but he called one day on Tuesday and said, have a great weekend. We were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Kind of confused us there for a second. Jason in Hendersonville. Jason, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. To Miss Dawn, I believe Ryan Tannehill should just set. There's bigger concerns. If I was the coach, I would probably have broken several clipboards by now, wondering why two of my right tackles who are 6'6" and 6'5", over 300 pounds, are getting shoved around like they're not even on the field. And so I believe that's his main concern right now, is getting that offensive line shored up, however he chooses to do it, and picking somebody up that gets cut. And he's also dealing with quarterback, wondering, I think McQuarrie, he's going to be the one. I don't think he's going to lose that job. But, yeah, I wouldn't risk Tannehill getting hurt right now. If he's seeing everything he needs to see in practice with that right tackle problem, continue to work on that and make sure that's as good as he can possibly make it for Tannehill to have the opportunity to get the ball down the field. And I would go with Kern, by the way.
Okay. Appreciate it, man. 615-737-1045. With all these cuts, when they go from 80 to 53, there's going to be some right tackles that maybe don't fit where they are, that might fit here in terms of depth. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they did that.
I think it would be smart.
I mean, at least to kick the tires.
Yeah.
The good old saying, kick the tires on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Which is always funny to me because, like, so the tires are good. Does that mean the car's good?
No.
I mean, but if the tires aren't good, it doesn't matter if the car's good.
The car can have a great engine, but
I can buy tires.
All right.
You know me and these sayings, man. I don't know. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right?
There you go.
Swab Zombie, what's up?
What's going on, players?
What's happening?
Hi.
Man, shopping, multitasking, so I'm probably going to mess up somewhere on the line. But
wait, what's your shopping for, Zombie?
Oh, man, I've been on a keto diet. I've lost probably like 40 to 60 pounds.
Well, that's a big range. Wait. 40 to 60, that's a big range.
40 to 50.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember what I started weighing at, so that's
you.
why I say 40 to 60. But, yeah, making shrimp and chicken fajitas in a pressure cooker, man.
Hey.
Nice.
Getting some chicken broth and some seasoning, so...
Can you make that in a crock pot? Because that's all Dawn can work with.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
my wife normally does it, and it's pretty good. Cream cheese, shredded chicken. It's delicious. But we've been trying to do the pressure cooker. Yeah. Oh, it's good with
You expand your
corn
menu
and-
from 1 to 2. Look at that, Dawn.
Yeah.
I now have two
Yeah, it's-
meals I can
It's
cook.
awesome.
All right.
All right. Anyway, so Tannehill.
Yeah, Tannehill. The last caller basically said it. We're trying to figure out who our linemen are going to be, and we're going to have to pick from, who's the better of the worst. So you don't want to put him out there and something crazy happen. And the Titans need to follow suit. Rob needs to follow suit. Y'all got rid of Kmart and got to upgrade. We just need to hire a lineman, man. We need to pay a veteran, hire a lineman, and the SEC's coming up. Football's here, baby. If you hate money, then don't bet on Utah. So.
Well, you were working with a lot there, Zombie Man.
I like it, baby.
Appreciate it. 615-737-1045. Don't bet on Utah, huh?
Yeah, if you don't like money. But if you do.
But if you do.
You got to translate that.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
What do they call that? Double negative?
Yeah. Led to proof positive. You gave yourself away. That's a line from the movie Clue, which is an underrated film that everyone needs to see. You like it, huh? Yeah.
Love that movie.
Linda in the.
I've seen that movie.
You have. All right. Linda in the borough. Linda, what's up?
Well, either this morning or yesterday afternoon or sometime, just as I was getting ready to get out of the car, I heard that there was some competitions, and I thought I heard there was a competition at punter.
It is real.
And when I got out, I thought, no, I didn't hear that because that couldn't possibly be the case. And then I'm listening this afternoon, and that is the case. Somebody's
It is.
crazy as hell.
I'm just, listen, whether there should be a battle or not, there is one. I'm just telling you, like, you look outside, maybe it should be raining, maybe it shouldn't be. It's not. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that, I've had faith in Mr. Robinson all through this, but to hear that, I'm going, whoa. I think maybe he ate a bad apple last night or something.
Well, that would be a Vrabel call, but yeah. I get bad apple. That's funny. While you were on, Dawn just texted us, I love Linda.
I freaking love Linda.
Mm-hmm.
I listen and I keep my mouth shut most of the time, but every now and then I just have to say something.
Well, we love it when you say things, Linda.
We're on the same page as you are. I think we all say Kern's the guy.
Well, of course he is.
Here's the other thing, too. I said thank you, Linda, for the phone call and for listening and participating and saying things, like she said. I said there were two
call
things.
more often.
Number one, I gave the stats. Number two, here's the other thing. Everybody's talking about, Stonehouse ran for a first down. Okay, Stonehouse dropped the snap.
Yeah.
You don't think that was troubling to that coaching staff?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You ran for a first down. I don't care about that. That snap was right on you, bro.
Yeah.
That's like,
Good
who
job
was it?
improvising.
Mason Kinsey that had one catchable ball and he dropped it?
Yeah, right
Can't
there.
do it, man.
Hit him in the hands. Yep. Yeah, that ain't there. Good job improvising, though. Could have been worse.
Yeah, I mean, if
Bad coaching always
if
get
the
worse.
sky's falling, go do something about it. But
He
Oh,
did.
Mr. Two-Tone just pointed out Colts punter
Yeah, ruptured his Achilles.
Rigoberto Sanchez
Rigoberto, what a great name that is.
sustained an Achilles injury at the end of practice.
That's unfortunate. Achilles, man, that'll get you.
Oof.
He's been their punter for a while now. So the Colts
But
are
they're
looking for a
neat.
punter.
Mike Hill, who used to
There
work
you
at
go.
News too, and then ESPN, then Fox Sports, and now he's like on the Housewives show. He ruptured his Achilles playing basketball,
I remember that.
and then the next year he rehabbed it and everything, and then he popped the other one playing basketball.
Playing basketball.
Like Mike,
See, this is old man basketball. Can't do it.
I wasn't looking, but was she looking at Slay? I wasn't paying attention, but was she looking at Slay?
Why is Slade looking at her like this?
Why does Babsy want me to get hurt? This is the
I'm
crazy
just saying,
thing.
you got to be
Don't
careful.
Don't speak it out. Yeah.
Injuries to athletes, Babsy.
Not
Don't
only was
do
I
it.
looking at
Like,
Slay, I also was pointing
Yeah,
in my pen at Slay
what?
when I said old man basketball.
I really wasn't looking. I was just like, man, I feel like that's directed towards Slay.
Yeah, she was shaking her pen and everything. No, Slay has told you, don't put this out there.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't speak it into existence.
it doesn't matter if I talk about injury or not. Slay's hurting himself somehow. Look at him.
Do you
Can't
have
even sit straight?
Do you have the Titans radio call of Stonehouse converting on fourth down? All right, here it is.
He drops the snap to Stonehouse. He's going to run with it. Around left end to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. He's got a first down. Young man makes something out of nothing. Lemons to lemonade. First down for the Titans as Hands of Stonehouse dropped a perfectly good snap and yet rambled to keep the drive alive.
See,
Hands of Stonehouse.
that's all cool. That's fun and dandy in the
Mike
preseason.
having fun in the preseason, yeah.
In the preseason. That's fun.
That's so funny.
Boy, that
Hands of Stonehouse.
That
if
better
that's
not
at
happen
Buffalo,
today.
yeah.
If there's a Buffalo and they're paying attention because it's a regular season game, they're not just going to let this guy run down the sideline.
No, that's a little bit different.
And it's a turnover at midfield.
Yeah.
And then it's a short field with Josh Allen.
Who might I add in his one series that he played? Jesus.
That dude. Yeah. Lemons to lemonade. Hands of Stonehouse. That was phenomenal.
Josh Allen look good. Pat Mahomes look good, but go ahead. Yeah, no different.
Hands of Stonehouse look good on that run.
Yeah.
Maybe give him a carry or two in the preseason. What do you think?
No.
Let him play running back.
Yeah, you might as well.
Play right tackle.
Remember when Brett Kern ran the option?
Thick enough.
Remember that?
Yeah, oh.
Brett Kern ran the option
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
He forgot to tell his wife that was in the package.
Baby, what are you doing?
All right, more 3HL, more of your phone calls. Kern or Stonehouse seems to be a popular topic. Which way do you go? People are defending Kern, man. He's like a family member in this market.
You know what it is. You know what you got.
He's the guy.
Not
That's
to
the
mention,
thing.
God, he's the guy. Come on.
The guy. Come on.
Heck, he's been the punter for the Titans since some kids were not even born. They're seniors in high school now.
He has saved many a Titans teams by flipping the field. Many.
Sure thing.
615-737-1045. Everybody's got gifting responsibilities. Hell, Christmas will be here before you know it, and you need to. Yeah, that's right, Babs. You better get on it. Go see my friends at Brentwood Jewelry. They'll be able to help you out. They will get you headed down the correct path. Everybody's got birthday responsibilities, anniversaries, all kinds of things. Mother's Day will come up before you know it. Valentine's Day. I mean, I could go on and on about all the holidays that you need to have a family jeweler, and these are your guys, the Imamali family. They've been doing it for a long, long time over at Brentwood Jewelry, and I love the watch selection. If you haven't already heard, Nashville's premier timepiece dealer is Brentwood Jewelry. Not only do they have the best selection in watches, but they're also the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes, both vintage and current models. You can own a pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost. Every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance and is presented with a 2-year warranty. Brentwood Jewelry also carries the Hamilton watch line. Hamilton watches are innovative, iconic, and known for American spirit and Swiss precision. Check out Brentwood Jewelry online, BrentwoodJewelry.com. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Again, the website, BrentwoodJewelry.com. Hey. 310-1045, The Zone. Todd Davenport, Ron Slay. I'm Brett Doherty. Joe Hunk producing. Nolensville Little Leaguers do it again. Bo Daniel with a couple of big hits yesterday. Nolensville beat Great Lakes 5-2. The team from Indiana who just played again and got eliminated. They're done.
Party over?
Yeah, sorry, y'all. Nolensville's 3-0. They play Wednesday at 2 o'clock. That's tomorrow against Hawaii. Hawaii also 3-0, and their combined score so far at the Little League World Series is 29-1. So that's a good U.S. semifinal matchup. Nolensville one of 4 teams left in the United States when we start play tomorrow. I have an announcement to make.
Hey!
I give Dawn a lot of crap about a lot of things, but including her inability to park correctly.
Oh.
That is the best parking job Dawn Davenport has ever done in our parking lot today. I think the people need to know.
The people do know now.
Do you know why it was a good parking job?
Because you weren't late. Because you come in here like 100 miles an hour and just pull
but
it on
even
in.
when I'm on time, I don't park well. I didn't have a choice because that was there was 2 cars on both sides when I parked.
You didn't get to swerve in there.
I couldn't swerve on in.
You'd be great with it, like a Cadillac. You know, like one of those old 1985 Cadillacs.
Taking people out.
Just taking that big Cadillac turn around thing.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, too. Like, Slay's vehicle out there is having babies. Like, there's another one that looks just like yours.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know who that imposter is.
When I left yesterday, I left after you did.
Is it?
That's me.
Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that you?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's me.
How'd you end up with the same exact car?
Because I just walked into the place and I said, "Give me the Ron Slay special," and instead of giving me the wings, they gave me a car.
I was gonna say you can get the Ron Slay special at a lot of places.
Hey man, we've been wondering the longest for that, man.
Yeah.
When I left yesterday, I thought Slay was still here. I was like, "Who took him to strikeout wings? What's going on here?"
Yep.
Speaking of nice night over there.
Oh, very nice night, man. Shout out to
Cigar
everybody that
night,
slid through.
Mondays.
Yeah.
Yep.
Smoked out Mondays, baby. Good time, good food, good convo.
You okay?
Yeah, it was like a
Little
yawn and
indigestion.
a burp
At the same time. You held them both in?
Both of them.
Dennis Rodman is going to Russia to get Brittany Griner out of jail. Is that what's happening?
Oh, my God.
Everybody, listen to me.
Do you think
Everybody.
Brittany Griner is like, hold on?
Yeah, like please, hey. Don't he got some vape cartridges at when he come across?
I mean, he better.
Customs get them. Like they're gonna be like, come on, dude.
Rodman will turn the 9.5 years into like 18.
Come on, Worm.
Come on, guys. He's best friends with Kim Jong-un. Come on now.
Leave it alone, Worm. Leave it alone, Worm.
I mean, you know, Rodman's just a global do-gooder.
Everybody
you know?
say a prayer for
Griner.
Yeah, because ain't no telling what Worm is gonna have going on.
What would that meeting, Worm and Putin, how would that go?
First of all, Worm gonna start crying during the meeting.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah, he gonna definitely cry. I don't think I've seen an interview in his last couple of interviews that he didn't cry.
He cried on The Apprentice all the time. Like
he's gonna cry.
Him and Trump are close, aren't they?
Billy Bob's a bit of a cry.
Well, yeah.
Probably are.
I don't know. I don't know. He got a lot of friends.
What do you think? Do you think Worm would have Kern or Stonehouse?
Most definitely Stonehouse.
Yeah, he likes the big
he
balls.
then he like the ball to be dropped and run. Do some wild stuff.
I don't think he actually meant that as a joke, Hunk.
No,
I don't either.
No, I was definitely serious.
Oh, I was actually talking about what Brent said. I
I
was
definitely did it as a joke. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm 10 years old over here.
All day long, too.
All day. Nothing changes. I basically do this show all day long. There's different people come in and out of my life, different co-hosts during the day.
Doesn't matter what room you're in. The show's going on.
Yeah. My dog's really here. Rocky and Apollo. That's a real thing. Those are our dogs. Rocky and Apollo at the house just listen to me.
Bless their hearts.
Yep. Tyler in Lebanon. Tyler, what's up, man?
Good afternoon. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
So I'm probably going to get grilled for this, but hear me out.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about Kern and Stonehouse. Let me start by saying Kern has helped us out so much, and I'm forever grateful for what he's done for the Titans. However, the right tackle situation scares me beyond belief. So I think Don said something about Colts punter having an Achilles injury, more than likely ending his season.
Yeah.
Making a deal with the devil, I would not be opposed to the Titans calling up the Colts and say, hey, Kern has value. We want Dennis Kelly back. Dennis Kelly is third on Colts depth chart. His big brother is now a coach with us. I mean, I'm like I said, hear me out. I just think it might be time to say, Kern, thank you, but right tackle is more important. What do y'all think?
That's getting creative.
Would Brett Kern play for the Colts? Like, I think he's got one more year in him, at least. Do you think – because I think, like, if they drop Brett Kern, I think he would go play somewhere else. I think he's punting well in training camp, and I think he would go play somewhere else. But if it was Indy, would he go there?
Would the Colts even do that? Colts won't do that.
No, probably
not. Oh, they're not trading for Dennis.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, y'all got two
part of what
punters.
he said was interesting to me.
Y'all got two punters. We're just getting Stonehands. Stonehouse.
Mike Keith is
Mike,
giving
come
him
on.
his
See,
new
Mike
nickname.
Keith.
You didn't mean that as a joke
I
either.
didn't, Mike Keith. That's why you don't play like that, Mike Keith. Come on, you the Vot. Don't play like that, Vot. That's in my head. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on. You go get Stonehouse. It's easy. You ain't got to trade for that. You just wait. Wait it out.
Chucky B in Fairview. Chucky B, what's up?
What's up, my guys?
What's happening?
Hey, man, first of all, first-time caller, I just want to say, man, I love y'all's show. On the way to work, I listen to this radio station on the way home, and I love you guys, all right?
Hey, love you back.
All right. Thanks, Clay, because you're the man, all right? So I just want to say, football's kind of boring in the second half, right, at this time of year, because you got a bunch of people out there you really don't know. But what about my man Frank's running over freaking people last night?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, with the Falcons.
He so
Felipe.
did. He so did. Hey, the coach.
I mean,
that's a big dude.
It was Jets bowling pins on the sideline on that one, man. He just took the defender out, knocked him into 3 or 4 other people. I mean, the dude was a beast.
Hey, man, I meant to bring that up, though. And it wasn't just on one occasion. He did it like 3 straight plays in a row. Like he lowered his shoulder.
Yeah, and Dog was hurting a little bit on the third one, all right? He wasn't talking as much crap on the third one. But he did show me. I'm like, damn, put Jim in. Find a place for that dude.
Yeah. See, we met Felipe Franks at Media Days a few years ago, and he is a big guy. He's not big like KJ Jefferson, but he's a big guy.
Hey, man.
And I can't wait to see KJ Jefferson just rolling over some people this year.
Man, the Franks was doing this on the other team's sideline, too. Like, he was falling all into their bench. Hey, man, and the coach was pissed at him at the end.
I got to go
But,
back and see
man,
this.
I'm telling you, go watch that last quarter, the last drive. That was good. I'm glad
Here's
the caller
the deal,
brought that
though.
up.
He better stop doing that or he ain't going to be in this league for long.
Man, they were taking turns like, you going to lower your shoulder? We coming in.
Yep.
That third one, he right, boy.
Yep.
He wasn't talking. Hey, man, that was a fun game last night, though, honestly.
I love that you were still in it on the fourth quarter of a Falcons preseason game.
Dude, and the coach
now that Matt Ryan's not there, you enjoy watching
It
them.
was I thought
It was entertaining.
fun to watch.
Yeah, it was entertaining. I'm going to be real.
Thanks to Travis, Tom, Thomas. Sorry that we couldn't get to y'all. Please call back tomorrow. The Wednesday edition coming up. Coach Mack will join us. Todd Furman be talking about point spreads and things like that. And we'll have a lot of fun.
Real live action.
Yes.
Midweek is here. Hump day, huh?
Joint practice tomorrow, too.
That's
Yep.
right.
First,
Every time you say that, I think about people just out there hanging out, like rolling up joints.
At a practice.
Yo, Split, where the weed at? All right, later.
Hey, feet, where your hands at?
Hey, we gotta do this.